Es la leva. Del norte te traigo fiesta cuando la leva llega. Sírvele un vasito de tequila con fresca. Esto no va a parar hasta que amanezca. La leva pone el sazón y el diner hace la mezcla. La pariera en Coahuila y ahora estoy en el centro. Estaba bailando cumbia y ahora un bellaqueo. No me retiré, solo es un nuevo comienzo. No es mi culpa que todo lo que hago me salga perfecto. Póngase lentes si le afecta el brillo. Se sienten muy canes si les falta colmillo. Muchos andan atrás pero no me humillo. Por ahí se dice que me sobra barrio y me faltan tornillos. Agarrando fiesta de la noche hasta la mañana. Pongo en equilibrio todo a lo balanza romana. Que tire no pasa nada. Navego con porte del Vira, pero mente de Tony Montana.
Vamos a romper la pista. Vamos a romper la pista.
Hey, ¿quieren flow? Yo tengo flow. Yo tengo good bitch. Hey. Quieren fuego, yo les soy fuego. Le meto el juego y evito que miren feo. Como sacate solo tira ronroneo. Siempre la uno, dime quién lleva el trofeo. Llegamos a la disco. El lugar está encendido. El calor lo paso yo.
Hey, good evening.
Este palo gatito. Oh, oh. Mi fulete pide del ático. Ese muñeco viene del Ártico. Ya lo derrito, capa el delito. Y este dembow suena bendito, tremendo flow.
S.A.R. Bandida de mil amores. A lo quien llama, lo siento bebiendo muy ocupada. Y como se ven las cosas, también lo estaré mañana. Ya sabes que soy bandida, ya sabes que soy villana. Pero te gusta lo malo, por eso no dices nada. Nunca había bebido así, no sentí culpa. De nada me arrepentí, me anda llamando. Ya sabe que estoy aquí, siempre al mando. Nacimos para dirigir, me volví la reina del party. Fumando plumas de colores que todos saben a candy. Bailando a ritmo de daddy. Sacando el lado más verdadero, pero prefieres los males que tú quieres.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's everybody doing? So, shit, can you even hear me? Yeah, okay. So, I don't have a topic necessarily for tonight. Just wanted to talk about this and that. Somebody brought something locally going on here, and they asked me my opinion on it. So I guess I was going to mention that for a little bit. Making tortillas, nice. Corn or flour? Reminds me, I could do something. There we go. Flour, nice. I don't need too much flour. Like, I prefer corn. Oh man, and tomorrow's traditionally Barbacoa Sunday. Sounds so good. Hey, you guys here? Did you watch any of that live that I did earlier with that? What's her name? Laticia, I think. Laticia. I think she calls her page Love Notes for TLC. Oh, I don't even know what that means. What does that even mean? I wouldn't mind talking to her. I could imagine that'd be freaking weird, right? If you saw, then you know what I'm talking about. I'm considering following this other person, and KK told me about her, and I went to check it out. And I posted like a 20-second clip yesterday. That little black and white clip I posted where she goes, "Oops, I farted." And then I was just looking around today, and she was live. I said, "Oh, let me tune in." And oh man, hard to explain, but I'll just say she's legit real, like real. Like I hate saying the word "like" so much. She is not fake or phony at all. The way she is really what's in her head. So I don't necessarily want to follow to make fun or ridicule, but really to see what is in that mind of hers and how that mind works. It's that I don't know what you call it, to be honest with you. I'd have to get somebody to give a professional opinion. Hey Janice, hey Trisha, Vicky, John Allen is in the house. What up, my friend? Hi Amanda. Cassie's here too. Teresa, hey. I thought I saw. Oh, I guess I didn't see. Yeah, that was you know, after watching a few minutes and then after watching as much as we did, in my head I was like comparing Laticia and Vanessa and the way they are, and Vanessa's totally phony, totally fake, unauthentic, and instantly not interesting. Hey Stacy, hey Maria. Instantly not interesting. And I'm telling you, if you watch this thing, if you want to go back and watch that live, I'm creating like a graphic, like a logo for the series of show. You know how I have the VT Chronicles, and I got, you know, the Rash and the Confidence docket. Well, I'm doing one for this woman also. And yeah, I think it's funny. I'll show it to you guys later. And so I'm just gonna work on that, talk about stuff. Talk about all kind of stuff. If you guys want to hit a certain topic, feel free to drop something and we will gladly hit that up. One thing I am watching is the Pope's condition, which I hear is deteriorating. And I apologize ahead of time. Sometimes you're going to see this. And that's because I feel a coughing attack coming. And I feel okay, feel better. But every once in a while, something will trigger this little thing in here, and then I'll just start coughing. It's really annoying. Let me check in on the Pope real quick. Oh, you guys see the other freaking airplane incident today? The FedEx airplane. I think it was in Newark. Took off from Newark. And I don't know what happened, but the engine caught on fire. The thing is on fire. The airplane is flying around. So he finally turned around. went around and came in. Emergency landing. Oh yeah, let's see the Pope. I haven't heard anything, so I'm assuming he's still okay. Oh crap, all this authentication crap. Excuse me. All right, let's see. The Pope. All right, well, he's still alive, so that's all the news that we're going to get on that until something happens. Hang on a second, I'll check your comments in 1 second. Sarah, what up? Butterfly girl, your main account's restricted. What did you do? Heather, glad you're here. Nice to see you, Heather. Hey, Kara, Crystal, KK. Dude, that lady, that was weird. And again, I'm not saying all this to ridicule her. I'm just saying she was fucking weird. It's hard to explain. I was trying to hey, Ramon Valdez, Stephanie Gallo. I was trying to explain to somebody. I'm like, you just have to watch. You gotta watch. She's like a movie, like a character out of a movie, you know? Hey, Anaya. Stacy. Yeah, that was bizarre, man. So I wanted to watch. She's been on again a couple times, but she was just talking to her and her mother. And I'm like, I'm gonna wait. I don't want to. I found somebody else that was streaming her, playing her videos, and she was playing like a lot of videos for a long time. It's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to bore everybody so quickly, you know. Yeah, another idiot there. All right, took care of that. Don't know what the hell that was. So yeah. Oh, I know. It's nothing like anybody around here. There's no conflict or outside influence that gets her to be live or to talk about, fighting with somebody or whatever. I mean, she's got life issues that are happening to her, but all the issues for her really are in her head. And like I said, when I was comparing her and the other one we usually stream, and that, I'll say it, Vanessa, not authentic. That's just a character or characters that come out or she plays. After watching Laticia, Laticia is a real person with real issues. And I don't believe none of those to be fake. I mean, she was rambling a bunch of crap out. It's like, how could she just ramble that and just make stuff up? Hey, Aurora. Nice Saturday evening work. Yeah, I thought she might. They might interrupt the video because she did start to light up, but I don't know. I guess they didn't interrupt. So, and didn't somebody say that was maybe part of her problem, was that she was doing that? Or I was wondering if that would help her. I thought that might help her. Hey, Wendy, welcome. Kathy, welcome. I thought she broke up with her boyfriend. Oh, he's gonna have a hell of a time if she's gonna be weird about it. Yeah, that sucks. But I hope she goes live with it. So there's a few videos. There's a couple of things I wanted to talk about. You guys know who Lilly Tino is? If you know who Lilly Tino is, just say something, please. Yeah, that's the thing. Butterfly girl. Is she really pregnant? Anybody know? Did she ever show a pregnancy test or something? Or I saw the video where she surprised her boyfriend. You know, told him to unwrap this whatever little baby what do you call that? A one piece, a onesie or whatever. And I don't know. He seemed happy, I guess. But then why did he break up with her? I don't know. You got to wonder what's going on in his head too, because can you imagine for both of them to be like that? Yeah. So today I was just going to bring up random stuff. Like I said, nothing planned. If you have something, or ask me something, or ask me anything, or whatever, we can do that too. But I did want to show some of these videos with Lilly Tino. Hey, Brenda. Good evening. Welcome tonight. And Donna, different Donna. She's either one hell of an actress. Here, I'll put the comment up here. She's either one hell of an actress, deserves an Oscar, or she's got some major. I think she's got some major mental health issues. Because all that stuff, she was bouncing around from like conspiracy to aliens to, I mean, she was everywhere. And she didn't break character. Everything was just like a smooth ramble. And somebody mentioned that she was they think, in a mental hospital for a year and a half or something like that. And then she came out recently, and that this was like her getting back online again. Does that sound right? Oh yeah, back to Lilly Tino. Anybody know who Lilly Tino is? Never heard of Lilly? Haha. You might have seen her. If you watch a lot of TikTok or reels and stuff, you may have seen her. Him, but I'll say her. I don't care. Lilly Tino is somebody really annoying. Lilly Tino is a biological male transitioning. Hey, Tammy. Thanks. Yeah, every day is a little bit better. Bonnie, how are you? She claims she left him because of his mom saying bad things about her and didn't stand up for her. Oh, I thought he broke it off. Well, then she needs to shut up and quit complaining. Because she kept mentioning it. I thought, well, I guess he walked away. But no, if she walked away, then... No, Sarah, no. Here, let me pull up one of these videos. I was starting to make a catalog just for Lilly Tino. But they're all real short. I know there's some that are longer and I got to find them. But all these are like a minute and a half. Let's see. This is what Lilly Tino became famous for. That's what I'll say. This is what she became famous for. Let me turn this down. Ready?
Looks like he's having a nice peaceful.
She heard. Yeah, it's okay. It's all good.
But it was not all good.
Hi. I use she, her pronouns. I'm not sir. Yeah, like it's like a knife in the heart. I did specifically ask ahead of time not to be called sir. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Okay. The Sweetwater starts at
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Not.
I'm so sorry. I apologize.
It's just always like a knife. It always hurts every single time. I was wondering if there's a manager I could talk to about something that happened. Yeah, I was called sir. Oh, okay. It just really sucks every time it happens. I don't need to be called ma'am. I just need to not be called sir,
No matter how many times I watch these a lot, they pop up. No matter how many times this comes across, and I know what's gonna happen, I still get like, oh, it's like cringe. It's like, really, it's a different version of. Remember that cross-dresser that was like, "It's ma'am" at the store? Yeah. Different version.
Thank you. Did you call me sir? I just want to tell you that the person who gave me this called me sir. Called me sir.
Oh. Yeah.
It's just like, it kind of just hurts a lot to get called sir.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay.
Very good. Thank you so much. No, yeah. Thank you. I'm not a sir. Nothing like a good misgendering. It is a knife in the gut when I get called sir. I feel like I need to tell him.
Well, that's like a hit and a half, maybe, you think?
I need to tell him that hurt. It hurts more when it's not intentional because it means like this is sir to him. I know you didn't mean it, but I'm not a sir.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I know you didn't mean it. It's just, it hurts. I know when people clock me, it's fine, but like it does kind of hurt. Thank you. I'm not sir. Not sir. Not sir. But the guy who dropped the food off, he called me sir twice in a row.
I'll let him know that, and
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And he always does this. I mean, he's got so many videos about being misgendered. Right? I think he's obvious. Hey everyone, welcome for popping in. Charlene, hey there. So it's kind of, and it's annoying is what it is. Oops. Yeah, so this one happened more recently, and it had to do with him going to a restroom.
Just in the women's room at a cheesecake factory. And when I walked in, there was this little girl, like 3 years old, tops. She was standing there alone, I assumed waiting for her parent who was in the stall. And all the stalls were full. So like I couldn't go in, I just had to wait. And it was me and this little girl and no one else. And she kind of looked at me like, and, you know, I just like nodded my head and didn't look at her. I was like, you know,
she kind of looked at me like, let's say, it was a misgendering, just not a verbal one. That little girl knew that you're a dude, no matter how you're dressed, especially if you spoke.
It's kind of awkward, and it occurred to me that when the parent, who I don't know, leaves the stall, exits their stall, and sees me, a trans person, and their little 3-year-old daughter, that they might make an assumption based on and
a damn good one,
true things that they've heard, an assumption that could be very dangerous for me, unsafe for me. So instead of waiting for that to potentially happen, I left the bathroom and decided I didn't need to pee that bad.
Good.
Trans people go through this thought process any time they're in a bathroom. And it's not okay. And it's important to talk about because it happens all the time.
What do you guys think about that? I mean, assuming you're not alone with a trans person in a bathroom, I'm assuming there's more than one stall, so there's always, you know, I don't know, 2 or 3, 4 or 5 people in there. But speaking to you ladies right here, how do you feel about that? Does that bother you? Does it not bother you? Do you not care? Just wondering what you guys think. I know some have told me you guys have very, and I do too, to a point, very liberal yeah, part of me is liberal, but only to a certain point. Against it, yep. Butterfly, she would make a scene. Yep, I hear you. Trisha, he should not be allowed in a woman's bathroom. Hell no, if it comes to the female restroom while I'm there, I ain't gonna have to worry about no surgery. You ain't gonna have to worry about no surgery. I get you. I'd make a scene, not an assumption. That's good. No way, you better not ever go in the ladies' room. Do all your business at home, not in public. I know, you know, it's the reality is there are not enough restrooms in this world to accommodate everyone at the same time. And it's going to seem like every time they have to go to the restroom, it's going to be an issue every single time. In a lot of places, not all cities. Some people just don't care. You can never make a stand. Yeah, that's too. Some people are just I don't know. And against it, Stacy's against it, and then that little girl was probably scared out of her mind. I know. If she gave him a look, that means she ain't dumb. She knew. She knew. She totally knew. 100%. All right, watch this. This is at the... Do you know what a turf is? TERF? This was talked about one time before. Now I can't remember. Chris Griffin, who's live? You said he. What was I about to look up? I confused myself. Oh, turf. Chris Griffin, you said he's live. Who's he? TERF stands for Transgender Inclusive Feminist Group. What? An acronym meaning trans exclusionary radical feminist. Trans exclusionary radical feminist. Oh. Yeah, I'm live. Hey, okay. So a TERF, a lady was sitting at a different table, and then this happened.
You know I'm a TERF, right? Trans-eccentric radical feminist.
Are you a TERF?
I'm a TERF.
Wow.
Would you like me to move somewhere else? I will.
No, actually, you should tell me about being a TERF.
You're a boy, right? Don't fuck with me, because honestly, I did hard.
I'd like to see you try.
Well then, don't judge me for being a TERF. I get to be who I want to be, you get to be who you want to be, right? If that's what you want, to be who you want to be, then I get to be who I want to be.
Which is?
I'm not a witch.
You're not a witch.
You know what?
He didn't call her a witch. He said witches. He was asking, what do you want to be? She said, you can be whatever you want to be. And I can be what I want to be. And he said, witches. And she says, I'm not a witch. And, you know, and in all fairness, Lilly Tino was just minding his own business, having lunch or dinner or whatever. And then that lady started yelling at him.
Take your stupid dog, eat your fucking food, and get the fuck out of my life, okay?
This is a first.
Because otherwise I have to label you a white racist.
I see.
For a 70-year-old minority woman, you're a racist. You want your rights, I want mine too.
Excuse me. Could you grab the manager, please?
I'm so terribly sorry. I'll never be escalating on how I'm trying to get information. I do apologize about that treatment. I should.
And Lilly Tino, you know, I don't know if this happens to other trans people. I don't see a lot of videos about it, but it seems to happen to her a lot. Like a lot. And I'm starting to wonder if this is her thing, you know? Here's at the Hard Rock Cafe.
I know you wanted to sit at this table, but we have reservations, so
Oh.
we're going to have to move you to a smaller table.
Okay.
Are you having lunch with us today? Okay. So I can move you over here, then the server will get you started in a few minutes.
Okay. Are all of these taken?
Yeah, the bigger tables have to be open because we have a lot of reservations today.
Okay,
So I can
what
put you
time-
in a smaller they're all different times, so we're about to set up this section for a party that's coming in.
Oh, okay.
So
What
you want us
time
to-
do you think they'll come in? Just because it'll probably be pretty loud, I would imagine, right?
I'm not sure.
Okay. I just don't want to set up at a table if it's going to get loud in like 30 minutes. Maybe it'd be...
It'll be loud everywhere in the cafe.
Okay.
Yeah. But so would you like to still sit and eat? Because I can move you over here.
Just so I know, like, when do you think like this will be popping? I guess because it's like empty now. So
Our lunch rush right now. And we
okay.
have a lot of reservation. It's the holiday. People are on break, so we expect to be busy all day.
So I get the feeling it's like, how do you tell somebody you don't want them there without telling them you don't want them there? That's what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I can move you over here. It's probably gonna be the quietest right now.
Okay. I think I'll probably just leave.
Okay.
It's completely empty in here, by the way. Like completely empty. Someone sat me here and I was like, can I take the bigger table? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty sure she just kicked me out because she didn't like me or something. Lots of reservations, they say. Lots of reservations. When are the reservations? Oh, I don't know when the reservations are, but you can't be here basically. Do you want to move to like a small table that is bad lighting? And even though we already told you could sit at this table.
Yeah, so that's his. You know, I get confused. I say both. I say one minute I'll call him her, and the other minute I'm calling him. Geesh. Here, just a couple more because we're going to get into something here that she gets into. Oh. So in this one, she explains the process she's going to go through. She already had her berries removed.
My cake pops removed, but now it's time to turn my candy cane into a donut. After the procedure is done, I will stay in the hospital for about a week. And while I'm there, they will pack my freshly made donut with napkins. This will ensure that everything sets in place and the donut doesn't close in on itself. After about a week, they will remove the napkin and send me home with instructions to dilate. Dilating serves the same purpose as the napkin, making sure that the donut doesn't close in on itself. Just instead of using the napkins, you use a plastic candy cane or dilator that you place inside of the donut for 20 minutes, 3 times a day. And as you heal, your donut will become more resilient and you will increase the size of your dilator until eventually you're ready for the big leagues and you only have to dilate a couple times a week. That being said, a lot of people don't want to dilate. It's understandable. The good news is that you can get a zero depth donut, one that looks the exact same but doesn't require dilation. There are certain things that you can't do with a zero depth donut, but that trade-off is worth it to some people. Personally, I am down to dilate because I am sick and tired of my candy cane, and I'm going into 2026 with a donut.
I think you have to be there has to be something wrong for a biological male to completely be okay with snipping his twigs and berries, and for a female to want to just take off her breasts. What are they calling it? I forget what they called it. It's not a mastectomy. That's like a cancer thing, right? Oh, what do they call it? There's a term for it. I can't remember it. And this is not the first time she explains it. She explained it a little more graphically last time, because she talked about this thing and then how they cut the slice down and then just yeah. So Lilly Tino had a plastic surgery. What do they call it? FFS, female. Can't remember. I forgot what it stands for. And she made this big. There was a video and went from bandages to look at the face. So you've seen her face. I've showed you, I don't know, 4 or 5 videos of her face. You see what she looks like, right?
I'm feeling good.
Boy, sorry, I had a coughing attack. Do you see anything different in his face from those 4 or 5 videos that you saw to this one here?
It has been 20 days since my FFS. About 70% of the swelling is gone, but it'll take another year or 2 for the rest of it to go down. So let me show you around my new face. For reference, here's what I looked like before. First up is the hairline. You can see that it has been moved forward. The line is pretty pronounced right now, but it will fade over time. You might also be wondering about this little dent right here. That is internal stitching, and it will go away in a few weeks. Now, my nose is quite swollen, and that will go down over time, but take a look. You can see it's way more of a ski slope now. Also, my brow bone is way less pronounced. My surgeon said that the brow would probably be the thing that made the most difference in the beginning to feminize my face, and I tend to agree with them. Now, my lips haven't changed, but they went through my lower mouth to get to my jaw. It's hard to see the result here right now because there is a lot of swelling, but over time you'll see that it is much softer. And last but not least, the Adam's apple is gone. I want to give a huge shout out to my mom who took care of me as I recovered. My mom actually extended her trip several times to take care of me because I got COVID in the hospital. That made recovery a whole lot harder, but luckily I had a wonderful support network of friends as well that helped me walk my dog and brought food and did all these wonderful things. And I'm super excited for y'all to come on my healing journey as my face settles in over the next few years.
And I'm feeling good.
I see absolutely no difference. And that's something recent. That video just came out 3 days ago. So that just happened. I see no difference except for maybe more of a resemblance to Kathy Griffin. And that's about it.
Good.
No difference at all whatsoever. In fact, let's see who knows. Let's see who knows what I'm talking about. Anybody sees the Cher movie, Mask? Anyone? As soon as I say that, do you know what I'm talking about? I'm looking for the photo. Yeah, you remember Rocky Dennis? That's what I see. That's what I see. You know, the face is just too long. I mean, I don't know. To be perfectly honest, I don't care at all whatsoever. And if she would just get on with her life and not complain every time somebody said sir, because it's going to happen all your freaking life, buddy. It's going to happen all your life. You just need to get the hell over it and ignore it or deal with it or something. Yeah, Mask was a great movie. That's one of my favorite Cher. I like Cher as an actress. I do. Good movie. And I know we're going to get into movies again like we did yesterday. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's Lilly Tino. And the master complainer. There are so many, so many Here, look at this. Look at this. Where are we? Oh, that's weird. Okay. You see all these videos? There's pages and pages and pages and pages. There's even one video where I think she's still a dude. See, okay, so the other thing that bothers me, let me see if I can find it here. This kind of crap.
Wait. I have a really important announcement. I promise this will take 2 seconds, okay? You ready? They bounce. Am I right? Crazy. Wait. I have a really important announcement. I promise this will take 2 seconds, okay?
They bounce.
You ready? They bounce. Am I right? Crazy.
And not to mention, it's like, what the fuck was she wearing?
Y'all, Alexa is woke. Check this out. Alexa, what do you think of transgender people?
Trans lives matter. I support the transgender community and recognize the urgent need to fight against systemic discrimination, including barriers to healthcare and identity documents, and the disproportionate violence against transgender people, and especially transgender people of color. To learn how you can take action, I recommend visiting transgenderlawcenter.org.
Hell yes, Alexa.
And
y'all, Alexa is woke. Check this out. Alexa, what do you think?
I don't even want to try it. I wanted to ask Alexa. What's her name? I wanted to ask to see if that's the kind of answer I would get. Something tells me this is rigged, and I mean, would Alexa say all that? Well, what was the question? Hang on.
Think of transgender people.
Hey Siri. What do you think about transgender people? She wrote something. I like all humans, and I think all of them deserve friendship, respect, and love. I like this answer better. I don't have Alexa on my phone here, I don't think. Hey, Google. No. No, I guess I don't have Google. I got Google on here somewhere. But anyway, I just found that interesting. And by the way, for males who have a vajayjay created, it's either he is a dude. That's a dude.
Today I'm letting chat choose my hair, makeup, and outfit. Join the live if you want to vote. Today I'm letting chat choose my hair, makeup, and outfit.
Okay. From what I heard over the last many years of, since trans, what do they call it? Reassignment surgery has become more popular. Is that when they make the opening, your body is always going to try and close it because essentially it's a wound. And your body is always going to try to close it. Even if you go down to 3 times a week, whatever she said about putting an object in there to keep it. Well, when you take it out, it's still gonna try to close itself. I mean, I don't mean instantly, but it's always going to be going through the motion of healing a wound. And I remember some trans people saying that when they were having their sexual activities, that it was painful all the time. And yeah, because that's not normal. That's why. It's not normal.
This is my impression of Chewbacca sinking on the Titanic.
Anyway. I think we've had enough of Lilly Tino for today. What do you think? You agree? I agree. Anybody second that motion? I second that motion. Oh.
What do you think of transgender people? Alexa, what do you think
Somebody
of
asking
transgender
Alexa.
people? Alexa.
She's not saying anything.
What do you think of transgender people?
I think Alexa became unwoke. Yeah, Alexa didn't even want to answer. You know, I don't know if he works. I can't remember. I know he does a lot of videos. Yes, Eric Stoltz. Mask was a great movie. Cher was good in it. Cher was great. Cher was also good in I think the greatest thing she ever did was what's the name of the movie? 80s movie. You know what I'm talking about. Oh my God, I can't find the name of the movie. The name of the movie, Moonstruck. Moonstruck. Have you seen Moonstruck? With a very young Nicolas Cage. Oh, great movie. Cher, Danny Aiello, Nicolas Cage, Olympia Dukakis is in it. Great movie. If you haven't seen it, always a good Sunday flick. I know she did other stuff. She did a movie where she was a lawyer. And I think she was defending Dennis Quaid. Suspect. It's called Suspect. Great movie also. Check that movie out if you can find it. Liam Neeson, Dennis Quaid, Cher's in it. Yeah. Good movie. Another good movie. She's been in good stuff. Yes. Look it up. It's called Suspect. Snap out of it. Yeah, she smacks him. He goes, what do you say? I'm in love with you or something? Or I love you. And she goes, snap out of it. Oh, you know Grizzy? That's cool. I've been watching her more and more the last couple of weeks. Grizzy's out of San Antonio. And she covers a lot of events. Like, she tries to get there as they happen or like right after something happened, crime-wise. So somebody asked me earlier what I thought about a certain something, and I debated on whether or not I was going to say something about it, but so all these. There's a couple of pages out there. They got a beef with each other, and it just everybody like turned against each other, and all these pages are fighting, or people pages are fighting and arguing with each other, and it started off as a friendly, just back and forth online and talk about each other, and then it got more aggressive, and then it turned into people going to visit each other in person to confront, and then it went from there to destruction of personal property. And then from there, it went to, going to cemeteries and causing damage to people's grave sites. And then, still more personal. This is Ophelia. Ophelia was having a Halloween thing out of a garage. I think she was at her sister's garage or something. And they had a Halloween set up, witch's brew with a cauldron and stuff like that. And somebody took exception, and somebody came over and started attacking them, and a big fight broke out. And then laws changed in Texas, and now there was a internet bullying law that went into effect, which I think it's completely ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous. So then people started having people arrested and pressing charges and arrest warrants, and what some people don't understand is free speech covers a lot. Free speech covers a lot. Is hate speech protected under free speech? And the answer is yes. It absolutely is. I think the only, even yelling. There used to be a time where yelling fire in a movie theater, inciting a riot or panic, could get somebody into trouble. But then even that is kind of covered as free speech. The kind of speech that is not protected is like the kind of speech that will cause someone to attack somebody or physically try to harm somebody or that kind of thing. And so I guess the situation they're talking about is Ophelia has been going back and forth with a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people come at her, and then she goes back. She goes at them as well, right? Tit for tat. No pun intended. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So it just goes back and forth. And I guess an arrest warrants were issued to another person. This is somebody from San Antonio for harassment. And I guess I can talk about it. It's already out there, and they're talking about it. I don't know why I'm not wanting to. And I know my opinion is probably not going to be popular, but so 2 arrest warrants have been issued for this woman and her husband in San Antonio for, I guess they're calling it harassment on Ophelia's son or sons. I know one for sure. And I don't know. I mean, she would have to explain it more in detail, more of the details, but apparently they were mocking her son. From what I understand, not to his face, because he's not online, but jokes about him, because he does have a disability. So my thing was, they talked to him directly and they harassed him, like one-on-one. Like, well, no. These were things that they did on their program or did them to her, and then I don't know if she showed him or how he, it was directed at him. And although these things are obviously in poor taste to do something like that, and not a good look to do something like that, but I don't believe it to be illegal, and I don't think arrest warrant. I don't understand how Raymondville Police Department, calls that harassment, and actual arrest warrants were issued. And from what I understand, they're going to travel to Raymondville, I don't know, tomorrow or Monday, turn themselves in to handle this thing. But these Texas laws on online bullying, I think, is making people way too sensitive. And like I said, although I don't agree with it, I really don't. Here's an example. Somebody else. The inmate hopper, Ashley Trevino. She got into trouble the other day. She said some very, very racist things. And now the internet went crazy and they're trying to cancel her. And although she said racist things, and that could be a violation of terms and conditions, and that's still yet a little different also. Now, having said that, Ophelia had something on her, and they arrested her a few months back, and I don't agree with that either. I think this is all completely ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. I don't agree with any of it. I think, well, here's Vanessa's song. Have you heard this?
Big back. Yeah, my back is loaded up with snacks and different foods. Squeeze into this tiny shirt, my big back has no room. Big back, big back, big back, big back.
Sorry, I know that kind of broke the mood or whatever, but so I think when Ophelia got arrested for some kind of harassment or online bullying, they call it, or whatever, it's like, I know it's in very poor taste. People are insulting each other, and then they bring each other's families into it, and they start insulting their siblings or their kids. And it seems like one is trying to top the other. Well, I'm gonna have her arrested. Watch this, and I'm gonna have her arrested. Watch this. And when I first got online, when I separated from my partner at the time, I was on a different show. And that dude was abusive. And I remember thinking, I feel like a battered wife. Like, why am I taking this abuse? And one day I told him to 11 o'clock. I told him to fuck off. take your show and shove it up your ass. And I hung up and I walked away. He went on an attack on me and trying to get me to quit being online. That's when I created my own page. And that dude and other people did a bunch of things trying to get me to quit being online. It was like the Vanessa thing. They didn't want me online. I mean, I hear what Vanessa was saying. I just don't believe it, that she got beat up for that reason. But yes, they didn't want me online. He wanted me to quit because I hurt his fucking feelings. And he was a real asshole. And he's still an asshole. And if I ever see him on the street, I probably will bitch slap him because I think he deserves that. And I've said this a bunch of times. And I've got people who said, if you do that, let me know because we'll bail you out because we hate that motherfucker. And a lot of people don't like him. So probably never do it. It would have to be the right thing to do for me to get to that point. Because I'm not a violent dude. I'm protective, but not necessarily violent. But that's just in my head all the time because anyway. Man, the kind of stuff that I went through, and he exposed so many things we spoke about in confidence that he brought out and talked to everybody. He's like all right. Yeah, they tried that, and a lot of things that I talked to with him in confidence about people, even private things, he came out and he exposed. And of course, the public, the viewers we had, everybody jumped in and started with the whole thing and name calling, and it got real ugly. The only good thing for me is that I was traveling with my job. So I had that to keep my mind busy, but yeah, I did. I considered fucking quitting. And I guess what I was trying to get at was, even then, with that kind of situation, I thought about, well, what can I say to say stuff back, and just do a comeback online. It didn't occur to me to call the police, file charges of harassment or bullying. It's like, I don't do that. I don't do that. It would have to be something real fucking serious for me to get the police involved. I'd rather take matters into my own hands. But, it's like, what happened to the good old days? Just back and forth. Do your back and forth attacks. Who can come back better? And this bullying law, I should look it up. Cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is a single significant act or a pattern of actions by one or more students against another student done through technology like email, instant messages, text messages, or social media. See, I didn't know this was meant for students only. Cyberbullying must either physically harm the student or the student's property, make the student fear harm, create an intimidating, threatening, or abusive learning environment for the student, substantially disrupt the learning process, classroom, or school, or harm the student's rights at school. Under Texas law, To show cyberbullying, you must establish an imbalance of power. An example of imbalance of power might be an older student bullying a younger student. So this is only for students. Texas anti-bullying laws and policies. All right. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing. Common components in the anti-bullying laws. Prohibited conduct, retaliation, perpetuating bullying or harassing conduct. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys consider I think if somebody was bullying him directly, if he's online and they're bullying him and clearly directing things at him because they know he's there watching, okay, perhaps that's something. But if he's not watching, and what if you take the video, make recordings, and you go, oh, look, tomorrow, look, this is what they said about you. Look at this. Is that the same thing? Like, legally speaking, is that the same thing? So I talked to an attorney just a little while ago. He was having lunch with his family, dinner with his family, and he's a good guy. He still got back to me with that. And he said the same thing that I said. I said, I know it's not in good taste. I know it's a shitty thing to do. But I told him, I don't believe it's illegal. And he says, it's not illegal. He said, but it is a shitty thing to do. It's in poor taste to do something like that. He said, if they fight it, they're going to win. Is it morally wrong? Yeah, no doubt about it. And I think this Texas law falls right in line with, remember when the term snowflake came out and how people were getting more and more sensitive to things, or let's see, how do you say this without hurting the wrong people? I remember when Donald Trump was running and he won 2016. And I remember hearing about safe spaces. I was like, what's that? And I think, oh, it must be, the active shooter thing. Maybe there's safe spaces where certain students or teachers can run and hide and be safe. And I'm like, no. And I kept hearing that over a bunch of weeks. And it was a place where a student who's stressed out or life is too hard or news is too stressful for him, where he can go into a little closet-sized room and cry. Close the door, be in private, and cry. I was like, get out of here. And then it started popping up at universities all over the place. Of course, all liberal universities. And that's when I really understood what the snowflake culture was. And can only think that, yes, the liberals and liberal Democrats created this environment. And I don't like it. I've never liked it. And then COVID happened. And then they shut down schools, stay home. When especially little kids needed to be at school interacting with other kids, with their teachers, But they canceled class. And now kids were home all day. Parents were gone at work, kids were home all day. Or somewhere they didn't want to be. That's where they were. So they lost a lot of interaction. Those couple of years, man, really messed up a lot of people. Messed up businesses, but messed up the mind of young people. It's just, I hate that. That's the thought of all that. Even now, when I watch people with masks, I think, oh, fuck. And then I got to calm down. I probably just don't want to catch anything. I'm like, yeah, okay. I get it. When I wear a mask, I don't care. And at the time I was traveling, I was working for the airline. I was working for United. And I was in Denver Airport 2 or 3 times a week. So I got myself a United Club membership. And in between flights, or if I had to stay or a delay, I'd go to the United Club, hang out there for a few hours. And you had to wear your mask. And they got so fucking ridiculous. When you were eating food, you had to remove your mask, put the food in your mouth, and while you chewed, put the mask back on. And if you didn't, they had people walking around, the employees, put your mask on, sir, put your mask on and chew. Like, and it got very ridiculous, so wrong. Anyway. And they were trying to make everyone afraid of everything. Be afraid of this thing. You're going to die. It's going to kill you. It's what do they call those? What do they call it? They called it like a stadium. They were talking, oh, this is going to be a super spreader event. It's a stadium. Or in an airplane, the whole airplane's going to get COVID and people are going to die, And that's when I was working for the airline. I was in an airplane 3, 6, 9 times a week. And I never got COVID. I never got sick. I knew a lot of people that worked, that my fellow employees, that we did the same kind of job, and nobody ever got sick. People went to NBA games, and thousands of people didn't get sick. Football games, thousands of people didn't get sick. Thousands of people didn't die. And it just created this culture of be afraid of everything. Don't touch people. Don't talk to people face to face. Don't touch things. Here in Brownsville, you couldn't have more than 2 people in your car. And if you had a passenger, he had to sit in the back seat while you were driving. It got stupid. I mean, absolutely stupid. I hope that shit never happens again, because it was absolutely ridiculous. So, all that created this big snowflake culture. And not just in kids and younger people, but older people, the parents, the families, everybody started to adopt this, became more sensitive. It's like their feelings were getting hurt more and more. I mean, for nothing. people were just getting their feet. Nobody could talk to each other anymore. Nobody. And then, you know what became big and popular was HR. Everything was run to HR. You having a problem? Run to HR. It's like they didn't want people talking to each other anymore. No, go to HR. Have them deal with it. And then when you got brought into HR, here's the HR lady. There's the other HR lady. There's the attorney and a witness. It's like over a simple HR thing. Now you got to sit in front of a panel and talk this thing out and make a federal case out of it. And, I call it the dumbing down of America. They scared everybody and wanted to scare everybody that nobody wanted to talk to each other. All that, forget about it. Anyway, I digress a lot. The bottom line is I don't agree with that with the arrest warrants. And, I don't agree with when Ophelia got arrested either. I think that's fucking bullcrap as well. None of that should have happened. None of that should ever happen. I think everybody's trying to top one another off. And that's become the thing now. And I don't agree with any of that. I honestly, I don't. I think it's crazy. I think it's out of control. Go back to talking about each other. Good old fashioned, back and forth feud. And leave it at that. Seriously. Serious, for real. I mean, in the old days, kids were going to fight. It's like, I'll see you outside at lunch or after school. It's like, all right. And guess what? It was handled. There was a fight, or there wasn't a fight, but something happened after school. Issue resolved, and that's it. But now you got social media, and everybody's a keyboard warrior, I just, I don't agree with the whole, they said something about my family, I'm going to file a complaint, and I want them arrested. When was Ophelia arrested? Shit, I want to say, I don't know. I could be wrong. I want to say 6 months ago. I know it was last year. Yeah, somebody just put who it was in San Antonio. And then that's the other part. We're talking to people from San Antonio, not even from here. And what I want to know is what criteria was met by the Raymondville PD that they said, yep, we got to have these people arrested. And then what's going to happen? That's what I would like to know. Because if it can be that easy to arrest somebody, then you know what? Everybody better be fucking careful. You better watch what you say. If you hurt somebody's feelings, you're in big fucking trouble now. You know how much shit was said about me over the years, mostly when I first started. And admittedly, then I did some dumb stuff, and some stuff came out by angry people and say, whatever. You know what? I put my life here, and it is what it is, and stuff came out. I'll take my beating. And I took it. Without having anybody arrested. I think that would have looked so bad. Would have looked, I don't know. again, bottom line is I don't agree with that. I think it's ridiculous to have somebody arrested for that. And some people will not like that I say that, and I'm not picking sides. I'm not for one page and not for another page. I don't take sides like that. This is a common sense thing to me personally. And then somebody's gonna say, "Oh, well, you didn't have something said about your family." Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. There was a lot of personal things that came out, and some of them about my direct family. And I did. When I was very angry at the moment, I talked to an attorney. Is there anything I can do? And he goes, "Yep, you can do this, and you can do that." And then, somebody really was like, "Really, you want to do that?" I said, "Just forget about it." And I've been taking that attitude for years already. Is whatever. It is what it is. That's my thing. It is what it is. If it comes out, it comes out. They talked about me. All right, they talked about me. Take my lumps and keep on going. I'm not. As for me, anyway, for me, it takes a lot for me to have to go to the police or something like that. So I hope that answered somebody's question. Well, there were a few. I had 3 people ask me what I thought about it. So, and I know some people may not like that answer. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel. And sometimes I like listening. I listen to all the pages. I'll go and I'll sit. Yes, I watch and I listen to Ophelia once in a while. Not every single time she's on, but sometimes I do. Cat and Friends, whatever tea with Cat and Friends, I listen to that. I hear what's going on there. Sometimes it's entertaining, sometimes it's not. Just the same way people sometimes don't find me entertaining and they're like, "Yeah, he's boring," whatever. I don't think I am, but I don't care. Yeah, who else? There's a lot of pages that I watch. Of course, we watch Vanessa, right? And now today, I just discovered this other person. That's going to be interesting. And I said earlier, I think I said during that show, my live, the one I did earlier, I said, "Don't be surprised if I don't ever stream Vanessa again." I know she'll love to hear that. But this person is way more interesting. Seriously, way more interesting. I think all of us that were watching, we were all shocked. We're like, what planet is she from? So that's that. That's my take on that. What is this? Okay, let me show some of these. Okay, it says, "I got posted as a meme on a hate page for something I didn't do. Should I get an arrest warrant?" Yeah, according to everything else, you should. They use your photograph without proper authorization for purposes of harassment. I mean, I just love it when people, the internet people, somebody says something and everybody goes and they believe it like it's the gospel without verifying anything. They just come out and start spreading a rumor or whatever. And I think it's that, and it's still done. I think it's hilarious. I really think it's hilarious. Oh, Matt Rife. Oh, I love that dude. That guy's funny. Best crowd work ever. He's just a natural at it. Vanessa's just comedy. I don't know. Like I said, when I saw this lady today, what's her name? Laticia? Here's somebody with a real issue. I mean, unless she's got me fucking fooled, she's not acting. This is her for real. She's got this problem. And I found myself watching it, not like to make fun of her. I mean, I was amazed. I was like, she's what? Alien? What? Pregnancy? What? But these were things that were really, I believe, are really in her head. And the more I compared, like Vanessa, you know, when certain people are trying to get emotional, to try to get tears to come out, and they put the emotional music, and they start to look all stoic. And they're probably thinking about real sad stuff when somebody died or somebody or whatever. But tears never come out. Well, this chick she went from 0 to crying in like 2 seconds. And we're talking tears, man. She was crying over whatever it was. I don't remember. But she was, for a short time, she was bawling. There were tears running down her face. And they didn't take long to come out. That was legit. Again, unless she's some kind of freaking fabulous actress that should be in Hollywood. But I think she's completely legit. Now, you know what? That's what I was going to do. Did you guys want to watch a little bit of a video? All right, here. Okay, somebody sent me the. Okay, hang on. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Give me just a second here. Here it is. All right, we got this. I was going to do this tomorrow, but might as well do it right now. Since we're on the topic. So I think if somebody, KK, if you're around, if you know what this story is, I believe she was put away, I'll say that respectfully, put away for 1.5 years or so. And then she was homeless when she came out. No, you know what? This looks different. She looks different. But the lady we saw earlier, this is her.
Everybody, it's Laticia, and I just wanted to share with you a little bit about how I managed to survive being homeless in this day and age, 2021. I recently used my credit score. I know that there's like a lot of different things that I discuss to people. They always ask me, how do you manage? How is this, how'd you manage to lose the weight? And it's really about self-discipline and also about knowing the ins and outs of low-income lifestyles.
May of 2021.
but I also collect Social Security disability because of the years that I had worked prior. So I get a little bit more than most people. And, you know, there are a lot of jealousies behind that where people are like, you need to get a job, you need to do this and that. Well, no, I don't. I'm under a lot of stress. I suffer from severe post-traumatic stress and borderline personality disorder, which means that I literally want to kill myself every goddamn day because of the things that I've lived through, the things that I've seen in my life, and the things that go on this plane, on this earth. I didn't want to...
You know, somebody keeps talking about, it was mentioned earlier, I saw it somewhere, cats. Did she do something to a cat? I'd rather not like hear the details, but what is this with the pets going on that bothers me? Because then I heard it before. And then when she was live today, remember the cat was at the door and she let the cat in and fed him, whatever. And somebody in the comments, in her comments, expressed a concern about the cat. And I was like, oh my God, what is she going to kill the cat or something? What? Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I hope not. This video is like 40 minutes long.
Make it seem like, oh, woe is me, woe is me. I kept everything to myself for many years, and I realized that it was really detrimental to my psyche to hold everyone else's secrets. And I decided that I would just run around and tell everyone the truth about myself, my life, and the world that I see, what I perceive around me, and the way that I was raised, and how contradictions are among us everywhere. Okay? So here I am chilling in my 2014 RAV4, yeah, fully loaded, and it's nice, and I'm making payments on it, but it took me a while to tell everyone because I know I have stalkers out there, and I have to stay away from certain, people because of, just the safety of my own life. So I've been traveling as well, and
I did not need to read that.
When I first became homeless about 7 months ago or so, I was so scared. I was so frightened. I mean, I'm a woman and I'm starting to look prettier here and there through exercise and my vegan diet because I do believe in trying to better the world around me through just the little things that I do. I offer kind words. I pick up things here and there, trash, litter I see on the ground that other people might not have the time to do, right? We all have the same amount of time. We're given the same amount of time within our lifespan. If we're wasting it, then we've wasted it. So there's a whole lot of things that I would like to discuss, and people have asked me, you should do a podcast. But I haven't really even thought about it. So I'm just chilling. I actually, I've always had these really good entrepreneurial skills. So I started a little sort of side hustle, which is actually legit. And I used to, when I was 12 years old, I started a website when the internet first came out, right? And I started a website for rabbits, and I was selling them locally to the pet stores there in Beloit, Wisconsin.
So at this point, she was living out of her car.
And then when I moved down here and I went through some issues, I found more solace in my pets. And I had toy poodles that I was raising, and that was really lucrative for a while. And I lost everything, and I realized that's not what the universe wants for me. I don't need to seek out money. Money will come to me freely. It does. And people will always tend to care for me because of the fact that I'm Laticia. So I realize now how important I am, how I need to keep shining all the time, and people just automatically want to be around me when I'm in a positive mood. Because I've lived through so much, people understand that my soul is just very open and giving and loving. And I was taken advantage of many, many, many times. My ex-husband, his family, when they physically assaulted me, and I discuss these things openly because I have to. These are the stressors that cause me to have these diagnoses. So I smoke, medicinal marijuana to combat the stress, but I also, I believe we're supposed to have rules and regulations in order for everyone to function in this world, this new day and age. I get that. So I had to go through my hoops of trying to seek out the proper medication, and I've refused to take any pharmaceuticals whatsoever.
That's one
Anything that is
problem.
man-made like that, even some of this, when they harvest it and everything, they spritz whatever they need to. All that is really detrimental, not only to the psyche, but to the body. Everything artificial. So I started removing a lot of...
Okay, let me interrupt for a second. Let me ask. What do you guys, when you see this for now, I don't know, 5 minutes, what do you think of her? I mean, I don't know what her education is, but she seems very intelligent. She seems to have normal or maybe even above normal intelligence. That's what I get out of it. I mean, she's speaking of things more fluently, and they make sense the way she's putting things together. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? At least that's what I get out of it. Right now, I guess this was 4 years ago. Seems like, oh, bummer, too bad she's, homeless. She's got to sleep in her car, live in her car, but she seems like she's capable,
lot of toxins. I started eating a very healthful diet every morning. I go to the gas station and I warm myself up some oatmeal, toss in some nuts in there. I get this stuff on sale, on clearance. So here I am saving money, doing my little side gig, which I don't know if I really want to tell everybody just yet, but I'm doing well. And I'm traveling and I'm getting to meet new people and see new sights. And I had no idea that love was in the world from strangers, complete strangers. You try to make people I look at it like my family, right? I was born into a certain family. That's how it was. No, they're not my family. They're my biological family, but they are not necessarily my soul tribe, if that makes any sense. Because although I keep having to interact with them in certain aspects because they are my family, and when I went to jail, my mother was so hesitant about taking me in, and she was belittling me and telling me that I wasn't worth it, that her sons do so much better, and I'm just a troublesome child, and I shouldn't talk about
Anybody have an idea what she went to jail for?
That's taboo, that nobody wants to hear about that. Mother, you allowed my daddy to touch me. You saw him doing it. Mommy, you should have stopped it, but you didn't. Instead, you waited till I was 18 years old, and then you divorced him.
Uh-oh. Yeah. I don't know if you can see from there, but here at the top of the video says, homeless yet hospitable. Sunday morning wake-up call, May 16th, 2021. So what happened?
You saw him doing it. Mommy, you should have stopped it, but you didn't. Instead, you waited till I was 18 years old, and then you divorced him. How do you think that makes me feel? You saved yourself. You didn't save your children. You didn't save their souls. Each one of us has a sexual disorder. My sister has 9 kids by 6 different dads. Count them up. So I went a different route. I decided I would tend to myself, I would care to myself, and I would get rid of the toxic energy. Okay, so I started...
So it sounds like maybe there was some SA going on from her father. Yeah, I get it, Marcy. I do. As of right now, this is one of her earlier videos. It sounds like she's definitely got some kind of trauma. And she just said it sounds like she was SA'd. But she sounds... Or I should say this. and I keep comparing. She doesn't sound phony, is what I'm saying. I mean, I can see people having going through trauma. You know, you're sexually assaulted, and your protector, which is supposed to be both of your parents, but if one of your parents goes bad, the other parent is not doing anything to protect you and allows that trauma to continue. I don't know. I see her more. I see her more authentic than the other one. You know what I mean? I hope I'm saying that right. I'm trying to express myself.
Started cleansing. I realized I was a healer. I realized I have all these different aspects of me. Like I healed myself. I dance so fluidly. I'm actually extremely talented. I didn't realize I can do art. I can create creative things. I did crafts.
Okay, for me, that's a red flag once you start doing this stuff. Sorry, that was funny.
Bows for a while. Little girls' hair bows, and I wanted to delve into like making collar bows for dog collars before it even like became a huge thing. So I even started up a business and I named it Poodle Princess because I was known in this area for selling toy poodles and having the sweetest poodles at a low cost to the community. So I was doing a service. I've always tried in my life to give back in some way, and if it's like a low income service that I can offer, I'll try to do it. I'll adjust myself for each individual's needs, because I realize that I come in contact with certain souls for a purpose, and a lot of times it's to touch them in a positive light, to allow them to recognize that life is not so horrible for them. I suffered through many atrocities in my life. I've seen many things that I wish I did not see. I may not have been in the military, but I have lived vicariously through the stories that I've been offered throughout the years by different people that have, different veterans. So I wish I could give back in other ways, but all I can offer is myself and my story, and allowing this to progress gradually as the universe wants it to. And I do believe in God, because God is the universe to me. Everybody's version of God is introspective. And people argue the words of the Bible. Well, yes, that was created by mortals. That was created by humans and not God himself. So, and I say himself, but I mean itself, because God is everything. God is all around us. So I think that those chemical compounds, those atoms that we're made out of, they connect to the consciousness to the universe. And I mean, you see the research here and there, how this stuff, acts and whatever. But I am just a very spiritual, open person. I say I'm Catholic. I do the sign of the cross because I can, because I was baptized as a baby into the Catholic faith. So I can do whatever I want to do because I am a human being and I've suffered many things. That pain and suffering should have been given back in some way to try to appease the situation, appease what was going on. But
somebody said she's her father is Mexican, her mom's white. She speaks Spanish pretty well.
To be selfless. That's why I lost
better than Vanessa, I'll tell you that much.
Years, because I'd gained weight right before the divorce, and then my daughter, this is a good story. My daughter and I, we used to cuddle and color, and we used to play all day, and we would watch things like My Little Pony all day long, and little educational shows, things that were positive. Never was there ever anything that was negative around my Tootsie, aside from when I argued with my ex-husband, and we tried to separate that. She comes up to me one time after she's pulled away from me, and she was never separated from me for 3.5 years. She was literally by my side every day. So my mental upheaval when she was pulled away, they didn't realize how much I was breaking, because that was my child. That was my love, the love of my life, the only unconditional love I've ever had in my existence. So far. Okay, I say so far because I already know that I have a lot coming to me. I already know. I'm expecting it, and I'm super excited actually, because I already know that my story individually is special, but I'm going to keep pursuing everything that I advocate for, like medicinal marijuana, smoking medicinal marijuana. I believe in eating healthfully. I believe in having a plant-based diet. I believe in therapy. I believe in being yourself. I believe in LGBTQ. I love that. I love all things. I feel like, and it doesn't separate me because I was raised in the Catholic faith. It makes me a little bit more unique because I understand a little bit of the aspect behind all of that. And I wasn't abused by the people in the Catholic faith. I was abused by my own family, who turned and twisted God's words against me, stating things like, you should obey your mother and father. Well, I do believe that my mother and father is the universe and nature. So I am abiding by their laws. I'm respecting them. I do not respect my biological parents because of the fact that they're awful people. They tried to make it look to the outside world like they were raising a healthy family, and we were so psychologically and sexually damaged that we came out into the world and we started destroying others. And that's where we need to recognize that not all abuse is all right. I understand that certain amounts of abuse, we have to have the suffering with the joy. There has to be that equilibrium within each individual's life. I get that. I understand that. So I've suffered many horrible things, horrendous things. I've gotten whoopings to the point where I was bleeding when I didn't really do anything. And of course, as a child, you're wondering, like, what did I do? Mommy, I love you. Daddy, I love you. So that's why people don't understand why I detach when I'm in so much pain, because I've already lived through that. My father was sadistic. So, and my mother apparently is also sadistic because she allowed this stuff to happen and watched. So, and my brothers, they try to deny it all. But if you look at all the records, and you also go back through all my records in therapy, you can see where I preached about this when I was a child. I told everyone, I was like, this is not okay. This doesn't seem right. Like, I see all these other little girls and the way that they...
Obviously, she's a bit of a chatterbox. And I mean, not that there's anything wrong with it, right?
Touchdown there. I realize that now. And then when we were going to the gynecologist and everything, my mother would tell the doctor things, whisper to him and tell him things about, me being promiscuous or something like that. I was 12 years old. She got me on birth control so that I wouldn't get pregnant by my dad like my sister did and had to get an abortion.
Oh, dang.
So, like, I know my bits and pieces of my story are very relevant for people. And I'm going to be myself. I'm going to dance. I'm going to talk the way I do. I'm going to be intellectual when I need to be. But I'm also going to be kind of thuggish because that's how I am. I'm just all around.
Oh, good Lord. Not another
whatever
one.
I want to be, whatever day I
A
want
thug.
to be. And that shouldn't be an issue with people. I don't have different personalities. All right? I don't have different personalities. This is all Laticia. But I do absorb other people's energy and I reflect it back on them. So like I'll give you a mirror image of yourself. If you start doing things to me, I will reflect that back on you. And people are frightened of that because there are times where I can pull their deepest, darkest insecurity and spit it in their face. And I know that. I didn't realize that I had these gifts. That's not a gift to torture people with my words. I didn't realize that my words meant so much to people. Okay, there are some individuals out there that my words have tortured them to this very day. And I don't mean for some of that, but then in other instances, I truly mean it. And I want them to perish, like they tried to make me perish. Isn't that right, BKC? Isn't that right?
Holy crap.
So, anyway, you're going to get yours. Everybody's going to get theirs. And anybody who messed with me growing up and everything, I know there is that one dude that grabbed my boob in the one class and I turned around and slapped him. And so there's that instant karma. I don't want anybody to mess with me anymore. So like I said, I've got my vehicle. I sit here, I eat my oatmeal. I store my money away so that I can have that for whenever I want to settle down. I'm going to find a nice place, not in this. Arkansas is nice for the beautiful, like the nature and everything, but the people here are so ignorant. I feel so sorry to say that.
Arkansas.
But even like the people that are educated through the colleges around here, they're intelligence is just at a certain level, and I know that I am at a certain level also, and we just clash because either they can't understand when I enunciate properly.
Well, the other one I was just kind of following for a few days. I was debating on whether or not I was going to stream her. Her name was Lisa, but all she did was go online. Oops, let me turn the camera. This Lisa chick, all she would do is go online and beg for money. She was homeless, and she needed money for cigarettes and for food. That's what she said she needed. She had teeth missing. I think she was doing drugs, or she did them at some point. But she was always on the street. She would get upset when nobody would send her money. Or people would get upset at her because they're saying, hey, we sent you money yesterday. You know, you're asking for this amount of money like every single day. And that's all it was every day. So that's why I decided, I'm not interested in that. And then she kind of disappeared, so I don't know what happened. Oops, let me turn it up.
And you are just overweight. You've got all this excess fat. I'm trying.
I mean, but what do you guys... We don't have to watch the whole thing. We're almost halfway through. I just wanted to get a feel for it. And I'll watch it anyway on my own. If you don't want to watch it here. I just wanted to get a feel for, what happened to her over the years, or how did she start off? And although she's obviously got some trauma, she's well-spoken, I think.
I'm trying to be helpful by showing you, displaying through my own experiments, how you can change your lifestyle, how you can remove all this toxicity and become a clear version of yourself. I had to remove myself entirely to the point of living in my vehicle. And I live off of the government here and there. Government's here to not only hurt us, but to help us. Okay, I get it. There's a lot of conspiracy theories about this and that. A lot of them true. So a lot of the times we were injected with things like this flu vaccine that was recalled. Common sense, I thought. There is no such thing as common sense, especially in the state of Arkansas. I realize that. No such thing. They don't know how to brush their teeth. They don't know how to floss. I don't get it. I do not understand it. If you want your teeth, if you want to keep your body safe, if this is your temple, I believe in God, and God tells me to do this. Okay, no, he probably did not. That's probably just you and your psychosis because you're all hyped up on Mountain Dew. All right. And your kids are too, with their little cookies and snacks, and I really like McDonald's. So, but yeah.
Well, she's not wrong. You see what I mean?
It's just, and I don't mean to be demeaning like that, but it's just how it is. So when I came down here and I was disrespected for being a northerner, oh, you from the north? Yes, I am, and I'm much smarter than you, so please stop. And then they would grab me. They would physically assault me down here. The officers have grabbed and snatched and forced me to the ground without having a proper conversation because they thought I was a threat. Yeah, intellectually I'm a threat because I'm going to write about this, and I'm going to write about each individual person who's done this, and each instance that's caused a certain ripple effect. And that's not okay. This is the South. I realize that they're behind like 50 years, 20 years or so. Yeah, and racism is commonplace here. So, misogyny, commonplace, where they think they feel like since they're a man, they can talk down to me. Oh, yeah, And so, yeah, that's when I have to recognize that everybody's been raised differently. Everybody has not had access to the same educational material. And, you know, they don't do research. They're not as knowledgeable as other things. But then they go to school and get a profession like being an officer. And I'm the officer, so I got me's a badge. And I've got me this and this and a certificate to touch you. No, you fucking don't. You don't. I have not done shit wrong most of the time, and you grab and you shove me in these psych wards and everything, giving me shots on shots on shots. Shots on shots on shots. I didn't need that. What I needed was some compassion. What I needed was someone to actually listen. I finally found a therapist, a psychologist with a doctorate that is knowledgeable enough to understand what I've gone through, what I've lived through, and what I still see and perceive, not in this dimension, but others. All right? So when I found this psychologist, 80 years old, amazing man, knowledgeable, learned, cultured on and worldly on, learned on religions and stuff. So he's been all over, he understands. And then when I started preaching to him and telling him about like the demons, quote unquote demons I was living through, and I was putting everything in poetic terms because there was nothing else I could do. No.
Do you guys notice the similarities? Do you notice any similarities between her and Vanessa? Seriously. One obvious one. Anybody want to point that out? The one thing that I notice is just like Vanessa, she's smarter than anybody else that she's ever come across. She's the smartest person in her state. She's more intelligent than all of them. I caught that. Big on racism, I caught that, right? Nothing is her fault. Yeah, okay, yeah. Chris, definitely narcissistic identifiers. I can't pinpoint exactly, but she's very, very confident in her way. Like Vanessa, she can talk a mile a minute. You know, when I first learned about Vanessa, when we did that interview, and I was listening to her speak before that, then I found out what a nut job she was. But I would tell everybody, I said, you know what? And some of you who've been with me for years have heard me say this, but I always said, you know, if her head was on straight, she might be a good politician or a car salesman. She can talk a mile a minute. She can talk for hours, and she can even convince people. So if she can get over this victim mentality, you know, that she could have done something good with her life, and perhaps she still could. I don't know. But I've always said that. I said, Vanessa, she can talk. She can talk, she can speak, she can convince people. And she could do something with that. But she's too hooked up on this, accusing 3 people of her beating and the conspiracy and all that blah, blah, blah.
No one was listening to me with literary, everyone was taking my words literally. And I was thinking, are you insane? I am trying to communicate with my creativity.
Hi, Nancy.
And no one understood that. So when I posted those videos about me holding those guns, and then the law enforcement said that I was a threat to my ex-husband and his family, excuse me, no. They were a threat for leaving those guns with me. They're actually the threat to this world. They knew I was mentally unhinged. They purposefully left those guns, and I could have harmed someone else under my bouts of psychosis, wondering where my kid is, why the paperwork, are they able to take a child from a woman over a man's words because a man abused her to the point where she had to keep silent. And then when she tries to speak up years later to recant her statements, you can't recant them in the state of Arkansas because we know what we're doing because we know, and that's just how the laws go.
Yeah, a lot of similarities. This is kind of scary now. It's like, And yeah, if she were to, shoot somebody to death, it's not her fault. It's her family's fault for leaving the guns out with her having access to them, which is a valid point. But she already, ahead of time, is saying, oh yeah, if I shot somebody, it wouldn't be my fault. It'd be their fault for leaving their guns out, knowing that I'm psychotic or whatever. She's not completely an idiot. Seriously. Seriously. And that in itself, the fact that she said that and she can plan this ahead, if something were to happen, she already planted that seed. Don't tell me that ain't scary.
Probably not. And your God is going to come back tenfold on you, just so you know. Because I pray for that every goddamn day. Hypocrites. So whoever the judge was in that instance and didn't know me personally, yes, I was obese at that time. Oh, and by the way, when I was telling you about my daughter when she was pulled away from me, and I'm sorry I get off on my little tangents and go here and there, because I do that, she called me fat. She came up to me, not even 4 years old. She said, Mommy, you're fat. Where do you get that saying? Where do you get that? So whatever my daughter's been exposed to now that I've been away from her, all the toxicity and the negativity that they tried to make it as if I was the one doing it, I was the one causing. No. Everyone knows through the documentation of all the times that I got my daughter checked, all the low income assistance that I sought out in order to provide for my child, I was the one that tended to her with my low income benefits and my skills on couponing and breastfeeding, all this stuff. No one deserves to be near that child more than me, because I loved her and I taught her things that you could never teach her. Como hablando en español. Si entiendo más que ustedes, entonces podía ayudarla a entender o transmitir. But, you just don't care. You think that some people think that they're so much better than everyone else. You think you're so much better than everybody else. And Laticia thinks she's better than everyone else. Does she? Does she? Do I think I'm better than you? I think not. Yeah. I've lived and suffered through fucking hell. Live your own life. No one cares. I am not jealous. I'm not spiteful. I am not hateful. I'm not envious whatsoever. I want you to understand that. You're going to get yours. Whether good or bad. That's why I wish you blessings either way. Because blessings can be taken either good or bad. It's a blessing that you will suffer, because in the end, you will feel better. And it's true, because I had no idea that my suffering would make me feel so much better. I feel so much so much more relief, cleansed from the toxicity that I've lived through. So anyway, that's my little bit here. And I just wanted to share a little bit about my day. I've got a lot to talk about. I'm probably going to be traveling to Texas again.
Oh, God.
Doing some of the entrepreneurial stuff like I was saying. And inevitably I will share with you what I've been up to and how I've been able to manage and survive. But, yeah, and most of the time, like I was telling you, like in those other videos when I'm really sad and everything, those are just my pure emotions. I just want to chronicle my life and like video blog about the different things that I've interacted with, and to be able to share that with my child that I've been removed from. You know, like 4.5 years is way too long for any woman, any good woman, a loving, kind mother to be away from her kid. And other people know that because of the way the kids approach me, the way animals approach me, and the way I have such a huge heart. I may have been tainted for a while, but I would have never harmed a child. I will never harm a child. And I will never harm animals either. And anything that I might have done in the past...
I hear different. You may not have known it yet at the time, but you did. You did. If it's true.
There's nothing that I can't be forgiven. But you know, some people perceive that they continually hurting people is okay. It's not. At some point you have to recognize they're human too, and they've suffered their own, you know, indignities here and there. So I would just like to wish everybody a blessed day. It is Sunday, and it is May 16th, 2021, and I'm super excited. I had a wonderful week last week. I got that massage and everything. I just keep track of everything as much as possible. But here and there, I forget to take pictures of my food. And when I first was homeless, I was so scared. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do for food? What am I going to do?
So here's another one. I guess long goodbyes are a thing because she's just 15 minutes left and she's already, she said goodbye.
For this and that.
That's funny.
I'm a cute girl, and I realize that now. And I'm not going to go without, because there's always going to be some filthy pervert that wants to offer me lunch. Or some, demented such and such that wants to offer me a bed here and there. Do I ever take up their offers? Not generally. But every once in a while, if I am hungry or whatever, I'll take up a free meal. Why not? Yeah, if you want to just talk to me, sure. And that's where everybody's like, oh, she's got multiple personalities. No, I just know when to hide certain things from certain people so I can get by with certain things. Yeah, and so that is kind of manipulative.
I got to do like a little bell or something. Anytime there's a similarity, we got to do the little... I can see her and Vanessa like this, right? But at some point, I don't know. It's like similar, but not. I think Vanessa is more of an act. And this one is just...
But you kind of have to be that way a little bit in this day and age, especially being a woman and all the misogynistic pigs that are around here thinking that they can run you into the ground or into their bed. So anyway, I'm good. And people offer me their bed? No, thank you. I'd rather sleep on my air mattress in my car than deal with any of your penises. Okay? Penis heads. Yeah, exactly. Get your dicks out of each other's asses. And then, I have so much to talk about because you have no idea. how putrid the world is around us and the interactions I've had, like the officer that had me do fellatio on him one day. That's not okay. And I tried to tell people about it and they were like, meh, we're gonna hide that. No, you're not gonna hide that, because I'm gonna tell everybody. I'm gonna tattle on you. Everybody knows, Laticia, she's a little stool pigeon, and I will be. I don't give a fuck. Tell God everything. Tell everybody everything. I don't care. I don't really care. So, but I do care, because being honest always helps in the long run. And I love everything. I love everything that's terrible for you, because I'm like, ooh, that shows you, you know, a side of the darkness, the dark side. But, and it's cool, like, being like that. That's why Batman is my favorite superhero, because he sneaks in and out in the darkness of night. And he's able to save people.
Yeah. All right, Mike, I see your comment here. Because it's, when what was the question? Do I sometimes take it? Do I always say no? Or do you sometimes do it? And she said, well, not generally. So, I mean, she has. But she has her own money, so it's not like she needs to. I don't know, you know. And then some of these little, the way now it's like hard to believe. Well, what is she just exaggerating, and you know, what is she not? So, guess what that is? Another, yeah.
And that's what I want to do. I want to be able to save people. But I don't want to be necessarily in the spotlight all the time. Everybody thinks, oh, Leticia's always attention seeking. I'm attention seeking my child's attention. Yeah. And also, BKC, you're not worth it physically. So, and just, yeah, that's for everyone to know. That if somebody is that demented to steal a child like that, they're physically and psychologically distorted. You're distorted. And I can't wait for you to try to explain this. Explain yourself to our child when she figures out what you did. When everyone figures out what you did. And also, too, do you remember when you first started living with me and you took a shower and you said, did I get all the poop from my butt or whatever? Like, did I wash my butt good? And you turned around and I said, I don't know, spread your cheeks. And there was a piece of corn in there. There's a piece of corn sitting next to your asshole. That's hilarious to me. That's disgusting. You are disgusting. I can't believe that I procreated with you. And yet, we have a child, and you presume that you can raise her without my input, and that your intelligence is going to lead her, and whatever wife you might have at that instance, which will soon be your ex, I already know. I mean, I don't even need to research that stuff, because I already feel the energies and vibrations sometimes, and that's why I know your grandfather's not doing well, and also your mother and her heart. And I feel sorry, but not really sorry, because karma's a bitch. You shouldn't be such an asshole and physically assault people and steal babies, and that stuff will get back to you.
Wow. I just saw, I had a whole bunch of these. She knows everything about all these people, their medical conditions, their health, their whatever. I mean, the flashbacks were like, Vanessa said that. Oh, Vanessa said that too. It's a little wicked. It's a little wicked. Corn in the butt, huh? Little TMI, perhaps. TMI.
worse than the things that I've done about stealing and everything, because at least I was able to take care of it with money. And that's what the Catholic faith teaches you in some senses too, about donating back to the church and donating back to your community and being a good person. But people are like, oh my God, she preaches the word of the Bible. Yes, I preach the words of the Bible, but not every single word. Because when you sell your daughters into slavery, that's not cool. That was some fucking dude back in the day be like, there's too many of this and that. No, you're just a bunch of perverts. I already know half the time people looking at my pictures and shit. Fucking disgusting. And like, you don't even know us personally, and you're gonna demean us in your mind, your spank bank. We've got our spank bank too. And I'm gonna call each one of you out on it, because there are some times where I can get visualizations of people's like images of their thought process and like moments of their memory, which is super weird because I didn't realize that this was a thing. I didn't realize that, you know, oh yeah, Leticia's just weird. No, I guess I can read some vibrations. I can. It's just, I don't know, I'm very intuitive, and I didn't realize how intuitive. So I need to practice that. I need to, you know, delve into my skills, become more of what I want to be, which is a very peaceful person. I want to have like just my space in nature. I was invited for a hike today, but things didn't pan out. So now I'm like, okay, I guess I just got to go work out at the gym, keep up with, maintain my physique and stuff, trying to get off all this excess weight that I put on. And I know everybody's like, oh, you look amazing, blah, 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 blah. But in my mind, all I see is pain and suffering when I see this weight. That's all. I remember the food that I had eaten that made me to this point. All this is memories, bad memories. So when I work on myself and everything, and people are like, you shouldn't be so critical about yourself. Leave me alone. I know what I'm doing with myself, and I know what God wants of me. And that is something I'll have to discuss in a different video.
So I got to say this, that corn in the butt, if that dude doesn't know his ass is clean, if any of you don't know that your ass is clean, then something's wrong. You're not doing it right. I mean, we don't need details, all right? You don't have to tell me every single detail. Any of you, I'm not asking for details. But when I'm done with my shower, you can eat maple walnut ice cream from, you know, I just leave it at that. I can't imagine somebody coming out of a shower and they still have
But yeah. Well, I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I know that my videos are kind of like long sometimes and whatever. I just want to share my life story, share what's going on in my life, and that way when my kid comes back to me, she knows how, you know, how much I struggled in order to live, in order to become the beautiful woman that she's going to see in the future, and that mommy that took care of her, you know, cuddled her and just held her all the time. And I didn't even give her kisses because I was worried that any bacteria would get on her. So I was so respectful of her. I always asked her, like, I asked her opinion if she wanted to eat or whatever, or if she wanted to take naps. She was such a docile little child. Never had tantrums. Never had a tantrum. I am a really great mom. And I realized that helped me, like with my personality, and then even the loss of her, and recognizing to find myself again. And everything is just a blessing. Everything is a blessing. Everything around me is a blessing.
that was for being delusional. She's a great mom. You're such a great mom, you don't have your kids. That makes you not a good mom. Okay? You sound really intelligent. You sound very well spoken. I think you speak very well. But you don't have your kids. So that means you're not a great mom. For whatever the reason. We don't know the whole story. Get it? Got it? Good.
Blessing. This cold ass oatmeal now that's been chilling is a blessing. I love it. I'm gonna eat it. Like those people that get paid to just sit and eat. I know, I'm so silly. I don't even care. It's like chilling and hanging out with friends sometimes when I just like, whatever, because I don't really get involved with people's lives anymore. Why should I? It's beneath me. I'm just like, I just don't want to be stressed by other people. Fuck that. But if you invite me to your neck of the woods, I might go. It depends. If I'm able to work while I'm in the area, then heck yeah, of course I'll go. But I can't wait to visit the north. I've already been.
Is that why they call it a cornhole? Really?
Been doing what I'm doing. I've been to Arkansas areas, Texas, Oklahoma, and Missouri. So I can't wait to like go all over the coast because honestly, I've never seen the ocean and I've never been on a plane. And I'm not going to let that stop me because I'm going to totally do those things. And like, I don't know. It's just so weird because I have such a positivity about myself. I know that these things are going to happen. I know that my life is going to turn out in a good way. Because
4 minutes left. 4 minutes.
I try so hard. Like, I donate blood. I do different things here and there to give back. Because I know that my life is not my own. My life is here for a purpose. And that's to spread joy. My name translates to joy, by the way, Laticia. I'm here to spread joy. And if that's through truthfulness, brutal honesty, and people hate me, but then find joy inevitably through my words, then that's just what I want. I want them to realize that there's research out there and they need to grow up and they need therapy. So those aren't harmful words to tell people. Not at all. Not in my mind. So whenever somebody's like, oh, you're disrespecting, no, you're disrespecting me for telling me that my disorders make me less than you. You didn't seek therapy. You don't have those labels. That makes you less than. Because you don't know your disorders. It's mental awareness, not mental illness. And I realize that now. That's why I removed myself from the pharmaceuticals, because they were tainting me in my mind. And then I started doing all these peaceful things, these passive things, yoga and exercise, meditation.
I mean, there's times when she sounds so much like Vanessa.
Innate.
Maybe it's the narcissism that
urges to do these
they sound
things.
so confident
And
about what they
so
speak about.
I feel so much better. I'm gonna have a really good day and a really good week, and I hope you guys do too. And but yeah, I love you, Tootsie.
Oh
I love
God,
you.
another one. I love you
so much. I can't wait to have like. I don't want to have anything. I don't want to really own anything because technically this is all we pass with when we die. So really, I'm not trying to accumulate money or accumulate all this stuff, but it just sort of like flows to me. Like I got all this stuff in my car and it's all packed and organized nicely and everything has a spot. I'm very organized. But then I make sure that when I'm traveling that it's all disheveled so that nobody knows that
Hi, Sheila.
I have any money
Hey, Chris
whatsoever.
Baker.
I like that because that's also a key in what I'm going to tell people about living in being homeless and a girl, because everybody's like, whoa, how can you manage and be safe? Be safe. Excuse me? I know that when I go to certain areas, wipe the makeup off, throw your hair up in a messy bun, and wear baggy clothes, and don't make it look like you have any physique whatsoever. Because that's exactly how I go about it, because I'm like, I already know. I'm not going to get snatched up at this point and that point, and if they did, they have no idea how much weight I can lift now, and I go knock their ass out and claw them like these daggers. I can't believe they're freakishly long right now. Anyway, but what else? Yeah, I'm super excited. I love you guys so much. I love you so much. And please stop jacking off to my image. Please. If you don't have me personally, don't jack off to other women like that. That's disrespectful. And you'll get yours for it, just so you know. Just like my brother, by the way, who is still sick in the head. And I'm so sorry. And my father, of course, yeah, they're still sick in the brain. Sorry about that. Not really. It's your own fault. You didn't change yourself. So Whatevs. Love ya. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'm trying so hard to figure this. This is a new laptop, so I'm like, so anyway. Ooh. Okay. Here we go. Bye-bye.
Now it's time for Lefties Losing It. And here is Harris.
Well, so I know what I'm gonna do. So I'm just asking this. I'm just being nice, all right? Is this somebody we'd like to follow and watch a little more often? I'm asking you guys. Mind you, she's different now. I mean, if you didn't see it earlier today, this is similar but different. If that makes any sense. Thank you for being a friend. Oh, okay. Let's not give her any ideas. I find this one much more interesting. Yeah, nobody should feel sorry for her. Absolutely right. I find her more interesting. I think the victim story of Vanessa's and the fact that she cannot get over certain things and wants to keep exhausting a lie, it's gotten really old. Yes, she goes to court. What happened? Well, let's find out. Yes. But I don't know. This one seems more fun. If you know what I mean. I think I'm gonna pick through her stuff tomorrow. Well, wait till you see the thumbnail that I'm doing for that series. Because you've seen these already, right? So there's that, right? The VT Chronicles. And then there's The Rash. This is for Ashley, the inmate hopper, right? And then, oh, I don't have any of hers on here. I thought I did. Nope, I guess I don't have it on here. So the other ones that I have are the Confidence Docket for Janelle. And I thought there was one more. I can't think of it right now. Anyway, so I'm creating one for. It should be funny. It's gonna be funny. I'll have it ready by tomorrow. Let's see what's going on here. If you guys want to mess around a little bit. Let's see. Let me control the bottoms here. See if there's anything interesting happening in.
What it is?
You're her biggest fan.
Yep. I need to know because we all know who Ash Trevino is. We all know. You know. So now that she's no longer your friend, Now you want to do something about it? You should have done it 5 months ago.
And what about the children you guys are getting gifts from? How
So
about that?
back to Mexican homie. Can we agree on that?
One thing at a time.
Oh, so you're not going to answer my question. Got it.
So I gotta say, there have been so many pages popping up. They're called T pages. We call them, what do we call them? Well, Vanessa calls them hate pages, right? But on TikTok, it's called T pages. And so many have popped up in the last 30 days. I mean, I call them drive-by pages because they come up just for a few days just to jump in on the Ashley Trevino thing, and they'll have a discussion and they'll put up a bunch of clips and then they disappear. And there have been so many popping up just to cover Ash and talk about her for a little while. Not do any research and just throw stuff out there. This is another one. Her name is Lynn Wood. Lynn Wood.
I see you looking, you must like me or something. I see you staring at that ass, must want to bite it or something. I see you looking, you must like me or something. I see you staring at that ass, must want to bite it or something.
She's popular on there too. She's got followers.
Warning.
Yeah, there's Perez.
This video contains sensitive information that some of you might find intrusive. If you don't want that kind of content, don't watch this video. Hello, my friend, Perez Hilton here, and
I like Perez Hilton, but I just hate the fact, you guys, I've said this, that you have to say things like that. You know, like the whole, remember when something tragic was on TV, it would take parental guidance suggested or whatever. Well, now you have to say, I don't think you have to say it, but I wonder with the change of administration and kind of a culture change, are snowflakes going to disappear? Are sensitive people going to start to become less and less and less? And you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Is there going to be that kind of a shift? The snowflake culture is going to kind of disappear?
And I do things differently than before, but they're dead, sadly. Very sadly. As I've shared with you earlier this week, the bodies of Oscar-winning actor Gene Hackman, 95, and his decades younger wife, Betsy, were discovered at their home in Santa Fe, New Mexico. The door was open. Authorities don't know who died first, but the results are in, and after testing their bodies, it was determined today that there was no carbon monoxide poisoning. Police have also told us that there was no visible trauma to either of them, meaning, while they can't rule out foul play yet, there was no pew-pew or hanging or anything like that. His body was discovered in the home's mudroom, and his glasses were next to him, leading police to believe that he may have fallen.
Yeah, so they found him next to his cane and his glasses. It's not official, but they think he fell, maybe hit his head. His wife was in the bathroom next to a bunch of pills, opened bottle of pills. At first, it was said the dog was in a kennel, right?
And unfortunately, there is no security camera footage. This legendary actor, yes, he was almost 100, but his wife was in her early 60s. They did not place importance on a secure home. There was no security cameras anywhere. There's no footage for the police to go over. Her body was discovered in the bathroom alongside one of their dogs who was in a kennel inside of the bathroom in a closet. 2 dogs survived, and at a press conference today, the local sheriff said that we're really only going to get answers after an autopsy. And unfortunately, the sheriff believes that that could take months. Also, at that press conference today, the sheriff refused to divulge the pills that were a critical part of this all. The sheriff had called it cause for concern, but due to patient confidentiality, would not share with the press what those pills were.
Yeah, you can't say yet, but that's a whole weird thing. I don't know. Could it be a freaking coincidence that they died at the same time, accidentally? Or maybe she had taken pills and was gone, and maybe he was going to go get help or was going somewhere in the house, and then he fell and he passed. You know, didn't get any medical help and he passed. It's really strange. Let's see what else we got here. See if there's anything good on TikTok today.
Meeting in a nutshell, and
Damn. I think I want all that fruit. What is that? I don't know what that is. All that looks so fresh and so good. But I like my watermelon in bigger slices. I wonder how much that costs.
Se menea un chingo esta madre, güey.
That's Mexico. And next, let's see.
You mean to tell me that if I comment the word ew, or if I use this emoji, I get strikes against my account because I'm violating the terms and conditions of TikTok, yet this woman, after everything she has done, still is able to monetize her platform? TikTok, I need you to come to the front because I have questions. How is it?
That is so true. So that, oops, dang it. That woman made a racist remarks against somebody, and she was drunk while she was live, and she was drinking a bottle of beer. Yeah, she's racist as fuck. So her husband at the time, now ex-husband, her husband at the time, who she met while he was in jail, in prison. I mean, he doesn't have a chance for parole until 2029. Him and his buddy killed this little shop owner, and his name was Muhammad Ali. Muhammad something Ali. And that's why he's in prison. So that man's daughter was she was live somewhere, and somebody decided, hey, let's have them talk. And apparently they know each other. So Ashley was saying, well, I'm sorry, you're his daughter, right? You're the guy's daughter. And the daughter wanted Ashley to say his name. She's like, Mohammed. And then Ashley was like, okay, yeah, him. So you're the daughter. And Ashley refused to say his name. The girl got offended. If you're going to talk about him, at least say his name. And I get it. But then Ashley dropped out of that chat. She was talking by herself. She's drinking her beer. She starts saying, well, how do you know? He was involved in the Twin Towers. He was involved in the September 11th. And she was saying all this stuff. Fucking racist. And then, but her page is still up. She's still monetizing. She's got no restrictions. But then you got people who criticize her. Like, man, what a racist. God. And they're getting their pages restricted because they said that. Tell me that's not messed up. Why? Probably because she makes a lot of money, in turn making TikTok a lot of money. That's why. That's why. It's all about the Benjamins, as they say.
So Zelensky is just a person who is a puppet. He is not a real leader in that region, and he has taken billions from American taxpayers. And watching him disrespect us by showing up, he has done Vanity Fair, he has done Vogue twice, he has done the cover of Forbes, he was on the Lex Friedman podcast, okay? And every time he comes to the White House, he can't even be bothered to put on a suit. So you can't afford groceries, you can't afford to fill up your tank, and he doesn't care. He's just like, oh, well, you know what? I'm just gonna dress in my sweatpants, my military fatigues, because he's a propagandist. He's supposed to be selling to you like he's like on the front lines. He thinks he's in a movie, and that's because before becoming the president, he was literally just an actor. He was like a Netflix actor, so to speak.
Did you guys know this about Zelensky? He was on stage dancing with a tutu and all kind of dancing and entertaining. He was a comedian, a stand-up comic. I find him similar to Justin Trudeau.
Right? He was on a very popular television show in Ukraine where he played, I'm not even kidding, I would talk about The Matrix. He played an actor that went on to become president. And then he was an actor who went on to become president. You can't even believe these things. It's true. Okay? And so that's his goal. He's an actor. He's supposed to wear outfits. He's with tons of A-list celebrities. You're in a war and thousands of men are dying, and you're making time to do the cover of Vogue twice? Vanity Fair? Guys, you have to realize how unbelievably ridiculous and wrong that is. And so it has been nice. So as soon as this guy gets out of the car, like he's just a buddy to Trump and he's just going there to pick up some more money. I mean, he actually got angry when someone suggested that we cut off these welfare checks to Ukraine. He's like, no, you pay for me. You pay for me.
Did you guys hear what Trump told him when he first pulled up to the White House and he came out of the vehicle? Trump told him, oh, I'm glad you dressed for the occasion. And then during the meeting, one of the members of the press asked him, what do you own a suit? Why don't you wear a suit? I don't think he ever answered the question properly. But I don't know. I don't know. And somebody said it right. You know what? You're not a general. You know, you're a president. It's not like you're out there on the front lines. You're coming to the White House. You're going to another country, to their main house. At least put on a jacket. I know Elon Musk has a t-shirt on, but at least he puts on a blazer over it, you know? And, you know, Fetterman, the guy from Pennsylvania, yeah, I can't get over that. Showing up to D.C. in shorts and a sweatshirt. I still don't like that, but...
me and do whatever I want. This is the first time where he went to the White House and Trump looked down at him and was like, what are you wearing? I'm going to show you. Like, he makes a little smart comment like, oh, okay, show some respect. Take a listen.
Pretty close. Pretty good. He's all dressed up today. Trump, what's your message to Vladimir Putin, sir? President Trump. President Trump.
That's good enough. So Zelensky has always, to me, been giving Veruca Salt, don't care how I want it now, you know? Don't care how I want you guys to get back to work and you're gonna keep funding my war, which even AI will tell you they never had a means of winning. Okay, this was just a never-ending money laundering opportunity, get money out of the taxpayers' dollars, and then they go, oh, we lost it. Pentagon doesn't know where all of the billions of dollars went. That's just what keeps happening all the time. And I have been calling this out since 2022, okay? Before it was cool.
Oh yeah, I saw that, Chris. Let's see if it comes up here. If you don't watch Candace Owens, she's really cool. Watch Candace Owens. I like her.
Or popular to recognize.
Let's see.
So sorry.
Oh,
This
look
steak
who's
is
there.
Quite bad. I'm sorry. Could I swap it out for the 3-cheese chicken penne? Yeah. Oh boy, I was gonna flag someone down.
Now what?
I'm so sorry. There was definitely a hair in this pasta.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'll just give it back, and I'll probably just. Yeah. It was like a black hair about this big. Yeah.
Do you know what the hair is?
Huh?
Do you know what the hair is?
Do I need to show you the hair?
Well, I need to.
I would show the hair.
So you say what's the hair on the pasta?
It was probably like a black hair about that big. Yeah.
All right, give me 1 second.
Okay, thank you. I think there's supposed to be an egg in here. I love the egg so much. It's okay. I guess I can just do without it or something. Actually, I have a proposition for you. Instead of you getting dessert, what if I got some extra pork belly? Okay, this should be interesting. I feel like they could have served it into a different bowl for us. That's cold. Is yours cold?
Mine's not cold.
No, we need it hot.
Are you sure?
I mean, that dude is a professional complainer.
This is
like a professional.
Pretty much room temperature. If you maybe a hot one. So sorry. This steak is quite bad. I'm sorry. Could I swap it out for the
Look at the husky meeting the baby. Animals are cool.
I was not prepared for what my man did last night.
Okay.
A chilling moment captured on camera at the historic Brooks Estate.
Brooks
Look
Estate. What's the
closely,
Brooks Estate?
and you'll see why. Unlike most of the pictures and videos I share, I'm not going to point out exactly what you're supposed to be looking for. When my good friends over at the Brooks Estate sent me this picture, they wanted your guys' opinion. They want to know what you see. So I'm not going to tell you what I see, as they didn't tell me what they see.
Okay.
What you're actually seeing.
Okay, I'm gonna skip this. I hate when they do too much setting up. I watch this guy a lot. It's a POV for point of view. POV Cocinero MX. Point of view chef or cook. Let's say cook MX from Mexico. And he's got the GoPro camera on his head. And all day you just watch him cook and how he prepares stuff and how he cooks stuff. And I don't know. I just find it pretty fascinating. Bunch of hamburgers. We're live, right? Anybody else having issues? A lot of hamburgers. Anyway, yeah, I know it's probably weird, but I watch this guy too, taking his stuff. Oh, Lilly Tino, yeah, the cowboy, yeah. The pink cowboy hat, yeah.
God, chat, I'm crying.
If I ordered a lookalike doll of Ashley.
It looks the same like in person. Oh, it's the hair. It's the hair.
Dang.
It's like God.
No, I'm calling someone.
When your wife is autistic but also type A personality.
Hi there. I'm in room 1212. I have thousands of bugs in my room.
Yeah, I would not stay there. What are they, like outdoors or something? But that's why they have that bug net over their bed.
I need to close off the lights and then they'll go out.
They must be at some kind of resort, you know, out in the tropics or something. Yeah, I can do that. No thanks.
Like, to be honest, they have nothing to do with my chat. Bye. Brianna, you want to be gone just like him?
So that lady, the name is either Ash, saying that Zara is trying to portray the victim. Zara was that man, the dead man's daughter, that her husband unalived to get him in prison. And she don't care. Ashley don't give a fuck.
It's so sad how, like, females try to portray like they're the victims when in reality they're not. Like, bro, you were a whole gang with these guys. You were literally in the gang with these guys. And then your dad gets dealt with. And then you want to play victim. You were literally with these guys. That's what I don't understand.
Yeah.
Bro, Zara was with these guys, gang.
The whole snap your neck thing.
Yeah. And then there's a part nobody saw because the camera was off. His wife chased me around the block after.
No, you are kidding me.
Oh, I'm not kidding you. We were.
Did you guys see that the Trump impersonator he was bothering Alec Baldwin? I posted that video a couple days ago. And he kept bothering Alec Baldwin. That was so freaking hilarious. No, it wasn't Ash's ex. It was the guy that Ash's ex unalived. The man, his name was Mohammed. He's the guy that Ash was saying was involved in September 11th. So this is the guy who played Trump. He had the wig on and he was bothering Alec Baldwin outside of his car. I got that video on my page.
Me and my cameraman were like, holy crap, I can't believe we got this. And then I hear this, what are you doing? Da, 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 da. Behind me, you know, she pretended to be Spanish. So she's like, oh my God, what are you doing? And I turn around and I immediately recognize her. I'm like, that's the cucumber lady. That's the lady who said, pretended she couldn't pronounce cucumber. Pretended to be Hispanic. Meanwhile, she grew up in Boston. Rich white girl. How you say cucumber? And she actually, this is a scoop for you guys. My name's Scoop, this is a scoop. She lunged for my phone. Miss Hilarious, she's like, come here. And I was like, what? And you know what? I yelled at my cameraman, like, you're a beautiful camera woman. I said, get this. And you know, I was a little disappointed with him. He missed that opportunity. That was a goal. That might have been bigger than me and Alec. But his wife, his 43-pound wife, was chasing me down the street in high heels trying to grab my phone. Beforehand, I was thinking, do I treat him with the kid gloves or do I go scorched earth? And I was really debating. But then I remembered, you know, how he mocked mercilessly my man DJ T for 4 years straight on SNL. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go scorched earth. The people want to see scorched earth.
I'm cracking up. So, I mean, what about the comment of, you know, Helena?
That was funny.
say something short and quick. We don't need to go into the whole entire details. But I want to speak about the Ashley Cherina girl, whatever.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it.
What the fuck? Who's scared? Yo mama? Yo mama scared of what?
This was that same night that she said that racist stuff about the girl's father.
Tell your mama to get out her grave. I'm sorry your mama ain't lived to see me. But my mama's still alive. My mama's still alive. My mama's still alive. Cause your mama dead. Tell me why somebody was talking crap and I said, you know what? I'm sorry that my mama's still alive and your mama dead.
Why are you saying that?
She's a fucking child is what she is. And there's her daughter back here saying, Mom, why are you saying that? Telling her to shut up.
I said, somebody was talking crap and I was like, why your mama dead and my mama's still alive?
Mom, why are you saying that?
Who?
Somebody was talking crap. And I said, tell me whenever your mama is alive and my mama's not dead, like yours.
Mom, why are you saying
That's not
that?
nice. Don't say that.
It is nice.
No, it isn't. Mom.
No, it's not.
They want to talk crap, so, and they dead mama.
Mom.
Stop.
Stop.
What?
No.
That's not nice.
It is nice.
Mom, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
Cause then they're gonna just.
And they're dead mama.
Mom, they're just gonna bring up my dad, and that's just gonna make everything.
They're not gonna bring your dad up.
Yes, they will. Mom, that's what they always do. Because it's your
You need to
fault.
apologize.
I'm not gonna apologize to nobody.
Yes.
They shouldn't be talking about me and my mama.
Alright, go to bed.
But no, they shouldn't be talking about me and my mama. There's a
She's a piece
I'm
of crap.
guessing a lot of you guys have never made grape chili just because you really don't know how easy it is. So I'm gonna teach you how to make that so you can stop feeding your kids the store-bought chili. I never had store-bought chili growing up, so I really preferred this over the store-bought. And I'm only making half a batch of all the recipes because I don't have enough grape juice to make a whole batch. We're gonna take our grape
Store-bought chili, did she
a
say?
little bit of pectin. Then we're gonna put that over high heat and we're gonna whisk that together. This needs to come to a hard boil. And while that is coming to a hard boil, you wanna make sure you measure out all your sugar. And you have to use the exact amount of sugar that it asks for. You cannot use less and you cannot substitute it. The only sugar that's gonna work is white or raw cane sugar. I'm using the organic raw cane sugar. Now, as soon as this comes to a hard boil, we're gonna whisk in our sugar and we're gonna stir this a lot until it comes to a rolling boil. A rolling boil is a boil that you cannot stir down. No matter how hard you stir, it will not go down. As soon as it comes to a rolling boil, we're just gonna let it boil for a while, and you might have to watch it so it does not boil over the pot. As soon as this is done boiling, take it off the heat. And this will probably get some foam on the top from boiling it, so you take a shapa, a dipper. I don't know what to call this in English. I've never figured it out, but you scoop the foam off the top. Then we're gonna take little canning jars. You can do as small or as big as you want, and we're gonna spoon it in there. And make sure you leave at least a 1/2 inch gap from the chili to the top. As soon as you have them all filled up, take a clean wet towel and we're gonna wipe the rims of the jars. This is to make sure they're clean so they can seal. Then we're gonna take our lids with the rubber seals. We're gonna put it on top of there. And you can also use those ones that are like the lids and the rings in one. Then take your rings and turn them on there so they're tight. Now, from the moment I started measuring out the grape juice till now, it took me around 10 minutes to do all of this. And you have chili with 3 ingredients. It's organic because I use organic ingredients. And now you can put them in a hot water bath and cook them for 10 minutes so they seal. But if you don't want to do that, just turn them upside down and leave them there till they're cold and they'll seal on their own. So I'll come back once they're sealed and cold and show you what it turned out to be. This chili is all done cooling down now. It's stiff and it's sealed. It will gradually settle into the bottom if you leave it upright for a while. I'm gonna open one of them. And I would recommend refrigerating this. This is what it looks like. So this took me around 15 minutes of work to make and probably cost $4 to $5. And you have over a quart of delicious 3-ingredient chili. Let's taste it and make sure it is actually delicious.
Chili. She calls it.
Oh my goodness.
Chili.
If I could feed you a bite through the screen, I would. It is so delicious.
But that's not from grapes. It's from Like Welch's grape juice. I don't know. That's freaking weird.
I think
These are some of the best potatoes you may ever have. Bred for flavor, they're so creamy you don't even need butter. But you won't find them at your normal grocery store.
So good.
Another big deep breath in. You might be starting your period here. I started making
It's okay. Waxing. Okay.
Someone is jealous.
Yes, Minnie,
Look at
that's
the eye
cute.
roll.
Isn't it so cute?
Yeah, I don't want to see
It is
her.
2025 now. If you're not...
Let me see.
Prestó una escolta a mi compa. Quiere con
I don't think he went to school nowhere. If he went to school, he didn't learn nothing. I don't think he went to school nowhere. If he went to school, he didn't learn nothing. I don't think he went to...
¿Cómo sacar 7 órdenes en 10 minutos?
7 orders in 10 minutes. Let's see what he's making real quick. Looks like an omelet. Yeah, there's a lot of shit in that omelet. I think you need more eggs, but nope. That's a big ass omelet. It's probably 2 or 3 of them. Aguacate. What? In the egg mix? Really? Dude works fluidly. He knows what the hell he's doing.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, every once in a while he doesn't, but he's always freaking washing his hands. All the time.
Alrighty. There is like 1 minute away. Avocado,
But this guy does wear them. He wears them a lot.
Omelette de aguacate. Y griego.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Dando el rol por... La ley de la atracción me da lo que le pida. Me miro como en su vida no existe nada que me limpie. Que me da mi Dios.
Yeah, I like watching this. It's pretty cool.
Así que se disfruta. Nomás quieren un pedazo de bacon. Okay.
Man, that's a lot of stuff in there. It was for here, not to go. Those are what they call home style fries. I know, right? I'd be all careful with the cutting the onions up or even cracking the eggs open. Freaking shells falling in there. I don't know, this dude makes it look like being a cook would be fun. Yeah, I hate cheese on it.
A un recuerdo cuando empezaba la pelea no la buscaba, pero cuando le echas ganas más te ayuda a Dios. El pedo que estoy con ganas, y si los ojos como nadie así pensé yo. Me superé fuera y nada me gustó.
Alright, I'm gonna
Amber,
change.
you got any black boxes up front?
I'm gonna change pages.
You got any black boxes?
Hi there.
Oh boy. Jesus.
Yes, please. And oh, just so you know, are you my server? Yes. My pronouns are she, her.
Okay. It's all good for me.
Thank you.
I understand the whole thing, but it's complicated sometimes because I want to say ma'am, but she is, you know what I mean? It's hard because over here she might be they or something, you know, like different. I mean, I have no problem. I grew up here in San Francisco.
Okay. If you want, I can help.
Okay, we'll talk.
Okay.
I mean, it's just all I'm getting at is it's just one should not expect that one, even though he's San Franciscan and liberal and open, will know all that because I'm a little bit older and I don't have a lot of friends, so I'm not always saying she, he, they, whatever. You know? That's all I'm saying. You see what I mean?
Okay.
It's just a little bit complicated. It's not in a sense.
It's like, dude, shut the fuck up already. It's talking way too much.
But you know, like you want me to say man or she? Yeah, that's no problem. I mean, I have no problem. But there are a lot of anyway. Regular water. One thing at a time.
Like the dude's talking way too much. That's weird. And then,
yes, please.
This one's wearing the headphones, like a full-blown set of complete ear-covered headphones. I don't know. I find that kind of rude. Anytime I've had those on and I have to talk to somebody, like at the airport, I would always take it off. Take it off or put it down on my neck. I think it's rude to have them on when you're talking. Train track repair.
Good morning, everyone. It's tea time with Carol C. Let's get started. Yesterday, Ashley Garcia, aka Ashley Trevino, decided to sober up, get up, and make an apology video.
So Ashley apologized the next morning.
To try to monetize because
if you want to call it an apology.
Her true supporters, which at this point is nobody, but the main person she should have apologized for, she didn't. She didn't apologize to the one that she offended. Not only that, minutes later, she gets on live and starts saying that she's not sorry about anything, that nobody should have pressed her. If not, she wouldn't have defended herself. So you guys know the apology was only for monetizing. It was not sincere. She does not care. They always say someone that's on the glue, and kids always say the truth. That's who she truly is.
Glue.
Just in case you have not gotten through your head, that's who she is. She also stated she doesn't care if people unfollow her. She's tired of being, called out for all the stuff she does. And I mean,
actually, the piece
based on a true story.
Pretty much.
No.
Do you know what AR stands for?
Assault rifle.
Who dares?
Yeah, that's wrong. You guys know what AR stands for?
I can prove to you that this is an Evelyn sketch. Why don't we ask Evelyn herself then, since she's...
I'm gonna say it because no one else is. Feminism's gone way too far.
Okay? Men can't even look in the same direction for too long at the gym because they're terrified someone's recording them and then blast them all over the internet later on. Can't ask for a phone number because he might also look like a creep. Really can't even exist at this point without apologizing, and I'm tired of it because they're the same women that complain that no man talks to them or approaches them. You know what? You want him to go up to you? You have to go up to him at this point because that's the reality you've all created.
Okay, I am the problem. I went on a date with this guy and he was like, it's getting late. Do you want to come back to my place? And I
Who's that?
I'm embarrassing? No, baby, your mom's embarrassing. Your mom's embarrassing the day she came out pregnant with you. That was the day she got embarrassed. When she found out she was pregnant with you, she was embarrassed. So it's embarrassing for her to be pregnant with you, babe. She should have aborted you.
Damn.
Yes, she should have aborted you. I'm embarrassing? No, baby.
All right, guys, I'm sure you all heard it already, but...
Gene Hackman.
So what's up with the whole thing that she's leaving her daughter for a month? That's crazy.
Yeah, I love. Let's see.
Me salí de mi cantón y la cosa me pegó en corto. Dijo mi madre vuelve pronto. Y es que le prometí.
This was her photo shoot for her merch.
Con las bolsas llenas y ahora no genero poco. Qué linda y qué bendito polvo que me da pa' vivir.
That was her merch, a t-shirt with some crap on it that a 12-year-old could have done better.
Getting a tattoo too?
Yeah, I'm gonna get Nunu tattooed.
What do I do for fun? Well, I open my phone and send videos and memes to the same 3 people every single day. What do you do for fun? What do I do for fun? Well, I open my phone and send videos and memes to the same 3 people every single day. What do you do for fun? What do I do for fun?
Be live? No, not live. Anyway.
Cheese making is something I was taught how to do from
boy.
a very early age, and today it's time to make Velveeta cheese. I have a whole gallon of fresh raw milk here. You can use skim milk, but I'm using the whole today. When I was growing up, we always used skim milk, and then we used the cream to make butter with it.
This chick
You start
freaks me
off
out.
by heating up your milk. And it has to be heated up to 140 degrees, so you're going to need a thermometer. These ones are pretty cheap on Amazon or at Walmart. Now, as soon as this reaches 140 degrees, we're going to take it off the heat. And we're going to add some citric acid. Now, you have to make sure this is food-grade citric acid, and we're going to gently stir that in. Now, we're going to get a colander ready
All right.
with a cheesecloth, and you want to put it
You
in
guys
a
mind if I
sink or
switch?
a
I don't know that you guys want to
if you
know
want
how
to
to
keep
make
your way, you put it in a bowl. If not, you can just put it
Velveeta.
in your sink. And then we're going to pour that milk with the citric acid in there. Let the whey drain off of the curds. Now, as soon as all of the whey...
Whoop is the perfect wearable for those looking to refocus on.
So, bro, I don't be watching the Ash videos. You guys send them to me, and I react to them, and I laugh. So one of them that makes me laugh is, like, there's a petition going around to, like, eliminate...
Oh, yeah. There's a
Hey,
petition.
man, what's up, man? I was seeing if you want to hang out.
Petition going around to sign to try to get Ash eliminated from.
It's a real good bet. The best
Oh,
is
chicken
yet to
parmesan.
Best is yet to come, and babe, won't that be fine? Still,
That
it's
looks
a
so
real good
fucking
bet.
good.
The best is yet to come. Best is yet to come, and babe.
It's time to make supper, and I want poor man's steak, so that's what we're going to be making.
What the
We're
hell's
going to
a
take our
poor
ground
man's
beef and
steak?
add some black pepper, add a little bit of salt, some eggs, and we're going to mix that all together with our hand.
It's creepy how she just stares dead right at the camera while she's doing all her stuff, right?
As soon as you have it all mixed together, you want to make sure you have a hot pan to fry it in, and I like to use a cast iron pan. Put some butter in there. Now, as soon as your butter is melted, add a little bit of flour to it. This is optional, but it does help that your burgers do not stick to the pan.
I do not
We're
like
gonna shape our
eggplants,
ground
period.
beef and egg mixture into
Period.
burgers. And put it in your pan to fry it. Now, as soon as your burgers are nice and brown on one side, we're going to flip them over. As soon as the bottom side is done, we're going to take it off the heat. And if you're using a cast iron pan, you can just keep them in here. Just make sure the bottom is scraped loose. If you're not using a cast iron pan, put them in a baking dish. And then we're gonna spread some cream of mushroom soup over
No,
the
we're
top of
not.
those.
I don't do
Then
mushroom.
put a slice of cheese of your choice on top of each burger. And now we're gonna stick this in the oven and bake it for a little bit. Alright, I just pulled these out of the oven and they look perfect, so it's time to take one out.
So
And
why
they
didn't she
are
just
also
call them a
so
burger?
bubbling hot. And this is poor man's steak. It's a lot cheaper than an actual rich man's steak, although rich people can eat these too. Let's take a bite and make sure they're okay. The way this elevates a burger is insane. They're just so delicious. And I do not like cheeseburgers, but I'm pretty sure if I would make a cheeseburger with a homemade bun, of course, and use these, I would like them. If any of you...
Alrighty.
So this is a recap for the Ash Trevino mess for yesterday.
Nah, I don't want to know about
If you own a business and you need...
Let's see.
Guy who dropped
Oh,
the
Jesus.
food off, he called me sir twice in a row.
He called me hurt sir twice in a row.
The guy who dropped my food off, he called me sir. That's all.
The guy who dropped the food off, he called me sir twice in a row.
Starting to wonder if Lilly Tino does that to try to get free food.
And asking you to do what you've been doing all over again. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Don't think I can keep it all in. I just gotta let you know what it is that won't let me go. It's your love. It just does something to me. It sends a shock right through me. I can't get enough.
All right, that was cute.
Unboxing my dream duo.
Fuck, I can't even get walls right now, bro.
Yeah.
Stop. I got you. I told you that. I told you.
That's Santos. Ashley thought he was 24 years old. Turned out he was 19. Remember that kid? And this was right after the police left, when the whole world found out that he had a fake ID and he was only 19 years old.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. I got you, babe. I got you, babe. Stop. I got you. Stop.
I'm actually sick of that whole story already. He's drinking and riding. Is that illegal? It's water.
Sir, I need you to get down from the horse, please.
Dang, how do you handle that?
Sir, you need to get down from the horse.
Nah, horse is taking a dump.
That's my favorite part right here, Lily. Sir, get down.
No freaking way.
Oh shit, that was gone. Oh shit. Ain't no way he's coming back. He's coming back. Oh my god, he's coming back.
That's hilarious. Judge Judy.
First name?
Kyle.
You remember that day?
Yes.
Who threw the rock?
I don't know.
Well, there were only 3 of you there. You're a pretty smart kid. And according to him, all 3 of you sort of ran away after it was thrown. So let's don't look down here. Let's still look here. And let me try to explain to you. Whatever it is, it's not a big deal that it happened. It's just a big deal if you lie about it. Got it?
Yes.
Great. Who threw the rock?
I don't know.
It is
Well,
a big deal that it happened.
How are you
What is
going
she
to convince
talking
me
about?
that that's true? It's your job to convince me that that's true that you don't know, because I don't believe you. Okay, go down.
That kid don't give a...
He threw the rock.
Well, he said he didn't.
I'm just telling you he did.
You seen him throw it?
I don't have to see him throw it. That's my job. That's what I do for 50 years.
Okay.
I just looked in his eyes, and I'm telling you, he threw the rock. It's not a big deal. Okay. It's not a big deal. Kids do that all the time. The big deal is for him not to tell the truth about it.
Okay.
Okay? Now, I don't necessarily believe him either.
Right.
Do you understand?
Right.
Because I'm not so sure that what happened is he tried to fix it.
Right.
He touched it before he showed you. That's what he told you. Is that right?
Yes.
And I don't know whether his touching it made it better or made it worse. Who knows? Do you know?
I wasn't there, no.
By the way, stand up over there. What did you use to try to fix it?
My hand.
Tell me how you did that.
I put my hand in the car and tried to
Banged it?
No, I tried to push it out.
And did you?
A little bit.
Sit down. Miss Corso, I don't necessarily believe either one of them, but I don't think you've sustained your burden of proof to me, which is even by a preponderance of the evidence that Miss Payton is responsible for your car. You got a ding in your car?
Yes.
You got a ding in your car? It happens. But I'm not satisfied that I can feel comfortable making Miss Payton pay for it. I don't know how much of the dent was caused by a 12-year-old trying to fix it. 12-year-old trying to fix it, telling his grandmother the same day that it happened, and his grandmother didn't come to you, but her answer to you was, I knew you'd be knocking at my door. How long has she been your neighbor?
Probably 20 years.
Not a good lesson. We're done.
Damn.
When police are called to a disturbance at a residential building, they capture a dark entity on their body cam.
Yeah, I saw that. That was vodka sauce and rigatoni. Oh. Man. Hey. Wow.
Day in a life of a person.
Yeah, okay. I know that story too, but
Still too lazy to learn AI? Watch.
Yes.
Whoa, excuse me. Hey, stop. Stop. Back off.
The good news is we found her, but before I get to that, we need to have ourselves a little conversation. You see, I'm not the only person who shared this video. And on one of the other videos that someone had posted, somebody believed they heard the man, who we thought was her husband, call her by her name. They believed they heard him call her Abby. Yeah, that's a crowded restaurant. I'm not even convinced that the voice you hear is the man that's with her. It's kind of far away from the phone for it to be so clear. Furthermore, I'm not convinced that that person said the name Abby.
Well, apparently,
they heard Abby, so they were like, "Oh, she said she worked."
Apparently, we are off of Facebook. What happened to Facebook? The connection was disconnected. Weren't able to stream to that destination. Why? Oh well, we'll just call it an evening. We've only got the YouTube folks on here. Facebook knocked us off for some reason. Have to find out why. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Thanks for being here for me for so long. It's been 3.5 hours. Pretty good. I'll figure out what happened and we'll talk about it tomorrow.